Oh my. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. This is House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 5. I don't know what it was called. About gathering our forces together, organizing everything for the next couple of episodes. So now we have 6, 7, 8. So we have 3 more episodes left. I can count. I learned arithmetic when I don't know how old I was, so I guess I can't do all kinds of math. I can do some kinds of math, like I can decide how many episodes are left, how many scenes do we have where people are saying the same thing over and over again. This was a good episode. I like all the plotting. There is a sense of repetition to some of the small council scenes, so I'm glad we had the culmination of all of that with Rhaenyra just kind of laying down the line like, listen, you're an asshole, but I'm going to kind of, take your word for it and you go deal with Daemon. I like that, but we did get that scene repeated over and over again. This was a tough episode to recap, a good episode to watch, because it was a lot of talking, a lot of moving the plot along stuff. I enjoyed it. It had some intense moments. I thought there were some great scenes in it, and I thought, again, just like the last couple of weeks, the last half of the episode is really when it picked up. Once the White Worm sent her minions into the field, I think that was just the sign point of the episode where I started to become more personally engaged in it. I love Daemon's Big Lebowski adventure. Every episode is another adventure in the Big Lebowski journey of Daemon. He might as well just say they pissed on the dude's rug, because it really ties the room together. I must say, Daemon really ties the room together in this whole season. He's hilarious. He's the humor. Every scene he's in is bloody hilarious. He's just going up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, and he's not even playing Contra. It's really fun to watch him. I thought this was a good Jace episode, but I did realize that Jace reminds me of Dan Humphries. Those of you that don't know, won't know, but I think Jace might be Gossip Girl. Sorry if I just spoiled Gossip Girl for you, but I don't care. Whatever, it's been on too long. Now, I guess you know I guess he's on YouTube. But that guy, I don't know if he's related to Penn. What's the guy's name? Penn Jillette? No, that's a different Penn. Isn't it Penn Telly? Penn and Teller? No, that's a different Penn. Penn something or other. Whatever the hell his name is. No, Miles Dibadoo. Whatever. That guy. Jace looks like him. And he looks like he could be related to him. Maybe I'm seeing things. I could be seeing things. Whatever. This was a good, probably Rhaenyra's best episode of the season for her, just for her performance and watching her arc go. I think they're doing a good job bringing in granddaughters. I thought Corlys was underused in this episode, but used really well when he did pop in. And you're kind of feeling bad for him. No one wants to take Driftmark. Can someone please, Corlys, I'll take Driftmark. I don't know salt in my veins, but I feel bad for you, dude. You're offering that shit to everybody and no one wants to take it. But this was a sad, like a take a breath kind of episode. So the energy of it wasn't quite at the point that I feel like the rest of the season was, but I think that but I feel like that's intentional. And it's kind of taking a breath in to exhale on these final 3 episodes. This really was about our buddy Aemon here taking over, becoming the Lord Respecter of the Realm. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Oh, poop. Did I just say poop? Oh, poop. Oh, poop. The chat isn't popped up on the screen, and to get it to pop on, I'd actually technically have to shut off the stream and start it again. So I think for tonight, I guess I can't have you guys on the screen. It stinks for me because that's where I read most of your comments. But I'll see what I can do. I bet if I shut off, everything will go blank for 1 second, but then I'll come right back. Let's see. I want to see if this works. No, I can't do it. I can't do it because we'll end the stream. No. If worst case scenario, we just have to deal. You have to deal with it without the chat on the screen tonight. I'm sorry to my friends. It happens. Let's get in the live bloody blueby chat. See what you guys have to say about this episode. Okay, where we got Mark A. Houston. I gotta thank Mark A. Houston. I put out the Auto song because I can't keep playing Auto on the show. Or on this show. On a recap show about the episode, it's hard. It's going to become more and more difficult if these episodes are going like this for me to find excuses to play the fuck Auto song. Okay, so I do have to say that a big one right at the beginning here for not being in the episodes anymore because I can't do this anymore. It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Auto. You're not in it. You're not in it. You're not. See, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now I'm forcing it because Otto isn't even in the episode. I mean, I could play it when I talk about the Alicent scene because it is the Hightower rant of the night, but I might need to do a fuck Alicent. Fuck Alicent. I mean, but that has another meaning altogether. I don't know. But welcome to the show. If you haven't joined me on one of these before, please jump in the live chat. I also have a voicemail line open right now and a text line. I got a couple that I will check in a moment from some of our pun intended, no pun intended, usual suspects. But by the way, usual suspects, if you haven't, definitely after this show is over, go over to Teflon TV and watch the pre-show today. Myself, Bridge4, and Tony Teflon having us both over there. And it was a great time getting to talk to my friends. That's the best part of these seasons, getting to do that and getting to come out and talk to you, motherfuckers. Yeah, okay, well, we're 2 minutes in. I can say it. Actually, wow, we're longer than 2 minutes in. I can't believe I was talking that much. Okay, so we're 4 minutes. Okay, so let's go. It's a great district. Thank you. And our trivia question of the night. Our opinion question of the night. Would you prefer geese? Would you prefer geese? Yeah, instead of the duck. Most people are saying yes. Duck is gamey. I've had duck. It's duck season. It's rabbit season. So, I don't like duck. I don't like meat in general, but not because of, I just don't eat it, except for bacon, because who cannot like bacon? Some vegan and vegetarian are marching on my house right now. Bacon? But they're like, we don't like bacon, Phil. Well, sorry. I know you guys don't like bacon. Okay, lots of interesting shots in this episode. Lots of head-on shots. Definitely. I thought this episode in general, the way it was shot, the way it was filmed, I don't have it in front of me, but I would love to see if this was directed by someone who different than who has directed previous episodes, like this was their first episode. Probably not. I could be making that stuff up, but it felt very fresh. It just felt like a fresh perspective on these characters. Alicent, especially in this is a different moment, but there was a really awesome moment in this episode where Alicent's getting passed over and everything's being kind of twisted towards Aemon. And she turns to her foot fetish guy, and he isn't on her side. Then she turns to Krispy Kreme, and he's not on her side. And then they just focus the camera right on her and kind of do this slow pan in, slow zoom in. And it was just really good because she is such a visual actress, and she plays it all. She doesn't have to say anything to tell you a story. It's all in her eyes and her face. And they just focused right on her on a headshot kind of thing, or on a pan-in shot. They just kept panning in, and the way they were doing it there was a certain color shade to the way they were filming her too. She had this like redness on her. I was gonna say green, but that's not that was not true. That would just be for synergy. But it was just like sort of like a red hue. I was gonna say gel, but that's theater. That's not film. Whatever they call it in film, like a tint to it or whatever, an edit. And I thought the editing in this episode was very, very strong. Very strong. Not Laura Strong, not any of the Strongs, but it was strong. Especially, but to bring that, talking about the duck season, rabbit or duck season, if it's goose or duck. Duck, duck, goose. The duck, duck, goose thing, where that's a little example of how ridiculously my mind works. I'm like, goose, duck, 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 goose. Hey, I've got golden gooses for Christmas. Gooses. I want golden gooses for Christmas. You know, stupid. Anyways, you got that? You got that all right? You got that? You got that all right? Yes, you do. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's continue in the live chat because I'm off my crack shack tonight. Someone didn't pack my bowl today. I have the pissed off energy of a million maniacs. So let's do this tonight. I don't care if I have 2 of you or 100 of you. Let's have some fun. And if you're watching this, hit the like button, hit the share button. This is gonna be one. This is gonna be one tonight. So let's do it. Let's run in the live chat. My recap sucks. I'm telling you right now. I took horrible notes. Because this was an episode that was dialogue heavy. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I love this episode. This was one of my favorite of the season. I I enjoy the smaller episodes sometimes. And coming off such a big finish of an episode, I think this was a needed moment. A breath to take before the final exhale of the season. So I really did feel it. That being said, when you're taking notes on a show and you're watching it for the first time, and you're having to pay attention to it and watch it the first time, at times, whether it be through leaks or through network help, I have been able to watch the episode before, take the notes, and then watch the episode on my own. That's different. But when I'm watching it like this, I'm watching it, trying to listen to what's happening, and I find myself like typing dialogue, and I don't want to say the dialogue to you. You know, it's better when action happens on the screen and I'm describing the action. So in an episode like this, see, I'm recapping my process of taking notes. I was like, oh, and then he said to him, he said to her. Back in the day, when I first started doing this recap, or the second stage of doing the recap, what I used to do is record the audio clips, and I'd play the audio clips. Last year, we did the audio guide. All those videos got flagged, and some of them got taken down, because YouTube is an asshole now. So, I'm only explaining all of this to say, my recap sucks. These are all the excuses. Now you guys know what it's like to be my teacher in school when I didn't do my homework, right? Like, oh, I'm sorry, and YouTube sucks, and I got the dog, and the dog's sick. Where's Lotus? There's Lotus. I got Lotus, and my mom died, and there we go. No, like 10 years ago. But no, and then she happened, and shit happened. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Shit, we are cooking now, boy. What an episode. I like this episode, too. This was one of my favorite of the season. The lovely, the amazing. I was going to say another synonym. I was going to say the lovely, amazing, the beautiful Miss Steph Snow is in the live chat. Who's probably already gone. She's a dipper. She ninjas in a lot of things. She ninja'd in for a while. She's ninja over here. She'll ninja over there. She'll go over to our other buddies' channels and ninja over there, and she ninjas back. She ninjas on the Twitch streams. Not that I ever do those. But Steph Snow, the greatest ninja of them all. Oh, right away. Before I get to you other motherfucking chatters. Before I get to you. I got to get to Biggie. I don't know, Biggie. I said your name horribly there. I take back your money. I said Biggie. That's not a good way of saying your name. And I did it again. So now I owe you $5. So, but thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Winner of this episode is Daemon's hot mom. I'd hit that too, Mummy Targaryen or not. I mean, when it I was gonna just be horrible. These Targaryens with severe mummy issues. You got a gigantic. She's got a gigantic butt. No, you got a gigantic point right there, Biggie. And I can't say that I disagree with your point. I can't say I disagree with that. I'm gonna say that the Targaryen. I'll ask the question instead of being gross because I have a little bit of room till I start being gross. But at the end of the show, I'll probably be gross. But for now, what I'm going to ask the question is, I mean, we know the Targaryens have, I mean, Oedipus doesn't exist in this world, so I can't say an edible concept. Whatever. Okay, the whole point here that I'm trying to say is, the Targaryens are not all about the incest, but the incest is an element of the family. You know, it's on the family charter. Is that a good enough way of explaining that? Because I'm not saying that every Targaryen is married and every Targaryen and it's like the Targaryen gangbangs going on with the dragon scales splashing everywhere and fire going everywhere. I'm not saying that that's happening. It could happen, but it's not happening. I mean, I'm sure in some ages, like Maegor had some shit going on like that. Crazy motherfucker. But my point more is that, is there a line where it cuts off? Is there bad incest in the Targaryen line? Like, would Daemon doing that with his mom? I mean, I know it's a dream. I know we're not talking about a real event. But if a Targaryen mother and son like wanted to go there, if we had a Boardwalk Empire kind of situation, spoiler, Boardwalk Empire, if you haven't watched it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If not, come back. Don't go away. Whatever. Who cares? It's not that big of a plot point. It's an early season thing. Jimmy has sex with his mother on the show, and they have a weird relationship. So if they were Targaryens, would that relationship be weird? Those of you that have seen Boardwalk Empire can understand this question. If you don't, I mean, what use are you? No, I'm kidding. I mean, what, do you not like Steve Buscemi? Do you have a problem with Boardwalk? Do you not like period pieces? No, I'm not saying. You can watch whatever the fuck you want. I'm joking. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood, and thank you. Okay, but Steph Snow, great to see you. Let's go. Allison coming to the realization that Aemon is ruling Loner Incognito. That was some incredible editing. I talked about that a little bit earlier. I'll talk about it when I get into the recap. That's probably the part of the episode. My favorite part of the entire episode was that zoom in, or that focus of the scene directly on Allison through the whole, listening to all that dialogue. I thought that was just directed and framed really well. I don't know if that was something that was figured out by the director, or if it was right in the storyboards of the episode and described in the script, but either way, it was an exceptional decision, and I thought worked really, really well. Oh, are you hot? Do I have to put on the air conditioner? I think I might need to put on the air conditioner. Let me put on a song for a second and put on the air conditioner for the dog. Okay, let's continue with this shit. What was I talking about? Okay, let's get into live chat. I'm like, where was I going with any of this? Nowhere. That's the point. That's why whoever's listening here, whoever's watching here, you guys are a specialty audience. Not everyone can deal with this. I probably give most people anxiety, especially when I'm talking at a pace like this. I can't help it. I wish you guys were on the screen. This actually pisses me off. Dude. I get angry when my stuff doesn't work. And right now, for some reason, the way that this OBS shit is working, it's not putting the chat on the screen. But, and I don't like it. I don't like it, and I gotta figure it out because it's annoying me. And let me try this one more time. Yeah. It's not working. But nobody cares. Nobody cares, Phil, except for you. Nobody cares except for you. And I guess the people that like to see their comments on the screen, fuck you. Okay, Steph Snow. Jace was a boss in this episode. I agree. I think Jace had an awesome episode. This was his best episode of the series. He felt much more like a fully fleshed out character in this episode, which I enjoyed. You could feel his... I can feel your power. You could just feel it in him. You could feel the realness of the character. I like how they went to all these places, like the Vales, the Riverlands, the Twins. I must admit, I'm a bad Game of Thrones fan. The Twins got me for a second. I'm like, where are they? Where are they right now? Who are these people? Who are you? And then they said it. It sort of came together. But there was a moment in the episode where I said to myself, wait, I just had a moment. What was I talking about? No, I had a moment to myself where I was like, where are they right now? Simon Strong looks like the torturer for the Princess Bride. You mean the dude that's under the tree? You know, a little bit like that. I could see that. And thank you for saying his name. I always forget his name, Simon Strong. I knew it was an alliteration. Damon, damn, Aegon looking like a little Darth Vader. He's looking a little burnt. He's looking a little, I hate you. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back, and I'm glad that he got... I know the actor was having some problem with the way they were writing him in the first half of the season. I was reading about that a little bit. He thought Aegon should have been played a little different. I think Aegon was played well. So, shut it up. Oh, thank you. I will. Thank you, Anna. I saw that a little too late, or early, or late. So part of this is probably a little too quiet. I'm sorry. And let me move this up here. Oh yeah. Oh, there I go. Now I'm probably just too loud. But either way, adjust your volumes. Adjust your volumes accordingly. And thank you to the amazing, wonderful Red Lipstick Club, Anna. Make sure if you haven't, you subscribe to Anna and check out my friend Anna, Tony, and I on a soon upcoming After Dark. It's happening. I'm the power of positive, negative, bad thinking. In fact, I had some events happen recently that I need an After Dark. I have to talk to Tony. I'll talk to Tony on Wednesday. Tell him I need one. I request one. Phil, who is the Witcher-looking dude with the beard and the little sick girl? I believe who you're talking about is Hugh Hammer. But I could be wrong about that. People in the live chat that know more about the source material, correct me. Slap me across the face with your knowledge, dick. Do it. Slap me right across the face. Go, listen, Phil. Whoa. And I'm going to go, hey now. And I'm going to say I was wrong. But I think that's who it was. There'll be time for that, Spiders will be time for that. I'm in a mood. I think that will be coming out right away. Oh, the volume is really low. I'm sorry, everybody. Did the volume get better? Am I louder now? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with my volume. My volume keeps going down. Down. Volume going down. Hopefully my volume is better. Sorry. I mean, honestly, it's probably better you couldn't have heard me that much earlier because I'm really babbling all over the place. It's wabbit season, it's duck season, it's rabbit season. Hoping to be in the history books, want a dragon. Duck season, it's rabbit season. That might be our next question. Is it duck season or is it rabbit season? I like the duck over the rabbit, I have to say, but the hour of the wolf, I prefer something a little stronger. Phil, can you turn up your volume? Turn your mic up. See, now I'm catching up to your chats too late. I lost it. This is why I probably shouldn't rewind the chat and read early on because I was too quiet. But hopefully it's okay now. But maybe not. We'll see. I guess I'll catch up. Let me go scroll down. Is it good? Hugh Hammer, I was right. Okay, cool. Which is if you could have your choice of dragon to ride, which would I ride? I'm a sick fuck. I'd probably ride a cannibal. You know? Give me the weird one. Just restart the stream, bro. Is the volume really that bad? Was I really that quiet? Is Phil lip syncing or is the volume off? Oh, really? The volume is that bad. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. I'll have to watch back. Maybe I'll have to start the stream on a later point. Dog snoring. You forgot to pack the bowl. What's up, my peeps? Calm before the storm. Okay, I'm catching up with the live chat right now. Hopefully the volume is better. I'm going to fake restart. I'm not really going to restart, but I'm going to fake restart. So when I do the replay of this, I can cut the video to start right here. That makes sense. So let me pretend to restart this, and then I'll get into an early recap. So fortunately for you, you didn't have to hear my long ridiculous rant. So there you go. You're lucky. You're fucking lucky. So let me start this over, I guess. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. I'm back, and I'm here to talk about this episode, House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 5. I swear, I'm just starting right now. This is not a mess up because my volume was too low to start the show. And then everyone was yelling at me to turn my volume up, but I was in the wrong place in the chat, so I didn't hear it. And I wasn't on for like 15 minutes already. I swear. But now is when we're going to start. Okay. I was saying that because you were... Oh, because I was complaining about the chat. Okay, forget about that. Then, okay. I more meant if the volume was unlistenable. So this is why live television is great. So maybe I won't do it. Why don't I wait to listen back? But just in case I want to restart it, that's there, right? You know, I set it up to be able to do that. But yeah, exactly. With the chat all messed up and all that, I might as well restart it. Bum. Thank you, Spiders. Great big balls. Your balls are big. Your balls and your brains are bigger than mine. Let's be truth. Let's be truth tellers here. What we've learned tonight, Varys, with your big balls, Varys, is your brains and your balls are bigger than mine, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Boston, dude. Okay, sorry. Rakes! We got the Rakes in the live chat, who's taking money out of every one of my pots. Every time I win some money in poker, we got the Rakes. We got the amazing Miss Duncan the Tall. Great to see you in the live chat, my friend. Just when you think you are seasoned as Song of Ice and Fire reader, and you watch and are totally desensitized, here comes David. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just something you think you've seen everything in the Game of Thrones world, and then suddenly they give us a scene of Daemon and his mom having some scary sexual chemistry. They're not really mother and daughter. The actors had good chemistry on screen, so it was played really weird. And as I was mentioning earlier, it was a little bit of a Boardwalk Empire kind of situation. But wow, someone did say that, but I scrolled past it. What was my reaction to my Boardwalk thing? Mr. Freeman, toast to you, my friend. Jimmy Dormady, Michael Pitts was my favorite character in Boardwalk Empire. It sucks he doesn't get too many roles today. I heard with him there's that bad aura of difficult to work with. So I don't think he gets a lot of jobs because he gets sort of bad-mouthed in the Hollywood circles of being tough on set. It's what I've heard, but I wish he got more too, because I think he's really awesome when he does stuff, and that show was always better when he was on it. But I can't wait to see. They got called out tonight. Loner Incognito, Vermithor, and Silverwing. Thank you, John Haymaker. You always look good. And thank you, Sci-Fi Girl. Occasionally, I remember stuff. I am, people, if you're listening, if you're watching, I don't think it's not obvious. I think one of the times I was most offended in my life was when I worked at a job and everyone snuck outside to go smoke, and then I smelt it and I walked outside and was like, why not get invited? And the guy who was the chef, I was a waiter at the time, came up to me and goes, I didn't think you smoked. I was offended. It offended me. But okay, anyways. But yeah, it was Hugh the Hammer. Hugh has a hammer. If I could pick, this is why we hated Bronze Bitch. Why Visenya got to marry. This is why he was so enamored with young Rhaenyra. This is why the phrase of interest. If you could have pick, and I would say, like as I said, I would pick a cannibal. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Omar is coming. I didn't like that Sunfire is dead. In the books, he's very important. Billy, thank you for saying that, because there's several points in this episode where I felt like I was catching up on the notes and I didn't hear exactly what they were talking about because I'm trying to write down what's happening in the scene and listen. Because I know what was supposed to happen with Sunfire, in my mind, I thought he said, "Oh, we left him there to patrol," or something like that. But they actually said that I didn't survive. Oh, see, that's a change I don't like, because I think it is kind of important and it's an interesting wrinkle in the book story about what happens to Sunfire. So if I'm remembering that correctly, Birdie, like Matt Damon in Dogma, of an angel losing his wings sort of thing happens. I believe, if am I auto-correcting that in my mind, or am I spoiling the fate of another dragon? I'm pretty sure that's what happens, but which I guess isn't a spoiler anymore, because in the episode the dragon was dead. So I guess we can talk about that from a standpoint of what it was in that situation. But I think I'm remembering that correctly. But so they said in the episode that the dragon died. I don't love that change just because I like that thing. I'd have to rewatch. I'm only going by what Billy in the live chat said. So if this is wrong information, everyone make sure you get rocks and you drive to Billy's house on 123 Fake Street in Fakeville, North Dakota, and you throw the rock right through their fake window. That's for you, Billy. If you're wrong. or I mean, people do that to me every day anyway, so I don't really have to worry about it. But did they say that? Anyone else who has a better memory than me, excuse me, while anyone who has a better memory than me, please tell me what was going on. I don't understand why Daemon doesn't just fuck off from Harrenhal. He's tripping balls. That's a good point. I mean, maybe the thing is, if you're sitting there and you're in a situation and you're tripping balls and you're having what you consider visions or information where you're cutting your wife's younger head off and fucking your mother, like if you're doing all that stuff, wouldn't you kind of want to see where it was? No, you're right. I'd try to get the hell out of there. Like, I guess that's the whole thing with the Poltergeist movies or Amityville. It's like, you just get out of the fucking house. I feel like I'm stealing an Eddie Murphy joke or something, but you just get out of the house. Out of the house. But yeah, Billy, I really, really love what they did with, if I'm remembering it correctly, I love what they did with Sunfire in the books. And instead of talking about it here, I will say, research that information yourself. or read it or listen to the audiobooks, because it's sadder than death in some ways, but interesting. So let's continue. Saving bone CGI. Yes, I thought. Okay, so Rakes, did they say I left him to leave guard? Because if they said left to leave guard, then maybe it is the thing. I didn't hear it correctly, so I'm not sure. So we have a debate between Billy and Rakes. No, not debate between Billy and Rakes. But either way, if they did choose to do it, just to correct myself, to cover all the bases, so I don't have to deal with comments if I'm wrong, I will say if they choose to do it the way they did in the books, I'm excited. And if they made a change, it wouldn't have been what I would have chose. But he has to be, right, Rakes? Yeah, he has to be. He has to be alive. I agree, he has to be alive. So I'm hoping that they actually did that. I wonder if the director has to put a tell in this Daemon scenes that shows us when he's dreaming like Inception. And Philly fan, I know that means you're a Philadelphia sports fan probably or something, but I'm going to take your name to say you're a fan of my show and say Philly, you're a Phil fan. So thank you, Philly fan. To correct it, he has an important part to play in the story, and I think ultimately, Rakes, you and Billy are saying the same thing. And that's why I probably would be surprised and or upset if they did choose to not go that way with Sunfire. Which means for a recap show, I'm definitely not giving you the great information because I totally missed that. I was like, what did they say? And I was running late anyway. I'm like, I don't want to be too late, and so I didn't rewind it. And bad recapper. But yes, I definitely want to see that, and I hope it comes together. Anyone who's watching can pull it up and tell us. Who ate my Fruity Pebbles? Okay, so, I mean, let me do this and do that. It's about time, right? You know, there's no more. The Philly Fanatic. Exactly, the Philly Fanatic. Oh, I've got some voicemails and text, do I? We've got Pete's live music. Oh my goodness. Pete, I need to get this computer, this thing on the screen because I got to play this. I got to put this on the screen. I might have to work my way, go through a few steps. Dickon is on the cover of I got to play the, how can I do this? How can I fucking do this? It's on the wrong computer, so I can't put it on the screen right now. But it's definitely a Dickon type of situation. So Dickon is on the cover of Men's Health, and Dickon's looking swole. So fans of Dickon, fans of the song, get your Dickon on. And he's on the cover of Men's Health with a little title that says, Her Secret Lust List. Oh, the Dickon is dicking on it everywhere. Fernandez, he says, wait, what fuck kind of episode was that? Is this like a behind the scenes thing? I'm not sure if Fernandez T had a good time tonight. So, but do you know who's having a good time? Always having a good time? I am. There I am. I'm empty. I'm not in my seat. There I am. I'm happy. I'm having a good time. I guess we can do this camera a lot too since the live chat isn't on. But, you know, at this time of day, at this time of show, I really like to get into this. I like to say it's time for the recap!
Looking at
Even Cisco. Now, I must admit, whoa. Lotus is looking at me like, wait a minute, Daddy. I'm too old for this stuff. You're kind of too old for this stuff. But either way, I'm fully happy that at one point in time, I may just fall flat during a recap. I love it. I love you. I love all of you. Let's do this. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I had time for the recap of this episode. I didn't get a chance to work out today. I had to get that over with. Okay, let's continue. Okay, shut up. Stop with the screaming, buddy. Ruining the guitar solo. We gotta get Craig on here. I play enough of his music. I have to get him on for a talk in some point. Whew, as I catch my breath. Oh, thank you, Anna. You are the sweetest. Oh, the spiders, great big balls. Got excited on that one. Edward, I brought the leg shake out and I saw my legs on camera. And I was like, yeah, no one wants to see that. They'd rather see, I don't know. They'd rather see me wearing the furry mask or something like that. So let's continue. Let's start this recap. Once I catch my breath. Now, the episode opens up with a really emotional scene. It is the greatest scene of all time. No, it's Corlys saying goodbye. It's a sad scene. It really is. It's very well acted, very understated, but really well acted by both Corlys and Rhaenyra. Both actors destroyed this scene. And what I liked about it so much was the lack of music and the lack of a lot of other outside force. And that's the big part of this episode in general. I feel like the music was light in this episode, and when it came in, it mattered. But the beginning part of this one right here was very solemn. Like everything just went quiet. Speaking of quiet, I'm realizing that, listen, I'm going to push mute. Listen to how, you see, you can hear how loud the fans are. But it's very hot. So I apologize for the air conditioner and the fan right now. If it is loud, probably part of the reason why at the beginning of the show I wasn't loud enough because everything else going on in the room is very loud right now. Crispy looked shook. We're gonna get into Crispy in a second because Crispy, the world was crashing in on Krispy Kreme in this particular episode. He was a sad Crispy. You almost I almost can't do Crispy songs because what.
They call him Crispy Baby, he's crispy down the soul. He is a sad little baby, he cries in my home. He doesn't agree with Alice since she hates the night. He's crispy, 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 and his ass is tied. I said he's crispy, and his ass is tied. He is the crispy, crispy, this is a crispy, crispy, crispy baby. I want him to die all over the wire. He's got a dragon baby in his eye, the one eye, the one eye. Crispy, crispy, crispy queen.
But yeah, this is a good episode for Crispy. I think he had a lot of just energy and gravitas of what he was going through. And he showed how dumb of a fucking tree stump he is. He's a big dummy. He is the definition of big dummy. He is the incarnate of the Eddie Murphy joke. Look up in a dictionary of an idiot. You see Crispy motherfucking Cole sitting there like, Krispy Kreme. The ass is tight. His crispy, crispy, Krispy Kreme, his ass is tight. His name. One of these days, I'm going to take all the versions of this Crispy song, and I'm going to take like the 2 good lyrics in every version of it. You know, like most of the things I say are crap, but because I'm making it up on the spot, I'll take like a few of these pieces, and I think I'm almost there to the whole song. So hopefully by next season, leading into the preseason, we'll have a recorded version of the Crispy song, so I can play it and not have to destroy humanity in music every time I try to vocalize that. Somewhere Carla is dying when she hears me sing that. Okay, let's continue. Extra crispy, the ass was tight. And I definitely have to send a few people. I have to make this bass riff thing available to everyone online so you can download it, and then everyone can sing the Crispy song to us. I want to get everyone, like a chorus of people.
They call him Crispy Baby, he's sometimes Krispy Kreme.
You know, I just get everyone kind of singing that. No, but we'll work on that soon. Okay, so the spiders, big blue balls. Well, now I gave you blue balls. Spider. No, just you can't see it on the screen because I don't have the chat right there. But the spider's name, who's one of our live chatters, people watching live. If you're watching this later, you can come check it out live. The spider's name is just the spider's Great Balls of Fire. I have now conflabbed the damn spider's names. The Great Balls of Big Fire, Great Big Balls of Fire. Now I just say Great Big Blue Balls of Fire. So I'm messing with the spider's balls a lot. I'm just, I'm having problems here today. Crispy in my dream. Crispy in my dream, that's a good line. He's crispy in his crispy dream and Krispy Kreme and dream bean. Hi, Casey, I'm here. Okay, so when I'm doing this because of my dark sense of humor, and I can't deal with the emotional weight of the scene with Corlys and Rhaenyra saying goodbye to Rhaenys. It was just a great shot. Well done. Very solemn. Very good. Barely any music. Very real. So, 10 out of 10. Disgusting. CC, you crack me up. Oh my goodness. Can't fool, his name is Tide. He is the Krispy Kreme. Keep them coming, everyone. Keep the lyrics rolling in the live chat of the Krispy Kreme song. We'll do it. We're going to do this all night long. I could do this all night. I could talk and talk and talk all night, my friends. No one could shut me up. No one can shut me up when I'm talking.
You're a talker.
What? Oh, not him.
Talkers makes me thirsty. If any more words come pouring out your cunt mouth,
dude,
I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
Okay, I'll shut up. Asshole. Fucking asshole. He always shuts me up. He never has a good thing to say. Bastard. Okay. So yeah, Corlys and Rhaenyra, sad scene. Very, very solemn, very serious, amazing. Krispy Kreme. I'm loving what's going on in the live chat right now tonight. You guys are amazing as always. Next scene is Crispy and his crew marching through. We don't have to do this all the way.
They call him Crispy Crewy, matching through Dragon Town. They got Malise and rapping, it's a bad omen now. Everybody's crying cause the dragon is dying, and the people say a strange victory, and Crispy's lying. Crispy's like, I won the fight, but it's wrong. I said it's crispy. All night long, I said a Crispy body, bring the dragon back all night. But Crispy don't care about those little people. Should I say the free folk? What the free folk have anything to do with this? I was trying to think of, the small folk, not the free folk. And I screwed up the whole freaking song. Because I messed up my lyrics, and I'm gonna sing the song all night long. And he is Crispy, yeah. Oh, ho, 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 ho. And we see the Marshall dragon inside, and Hugo's meat. It's just meat, it's not real, it's a dragon. Don't worry, honey. We're gonna get built soon. I'll get the kid. Okay, that's the end of the song. I can't do any more. Okay, so let's continue. Maybe I need to have a whole episode of this damn show where I just try to like sing-a-size. What's this horrible shit I'm doing? Like musicalizing. Is there a word for it? That when you do it bad, when it's not good, But anyways, let's continue with this.
So the next scene is Chris. I'm not going to repeat what I just said. We see the dragon who is whatever. So then we see Alicent and Aemon. She gives him fuck you eyes. She gives really good fuck you eyes, and she gives him the eyes of fuck. And he realizes he's going to be in charge next. And she starts to try to fix the whole situation. She notices that Aegon's dagger is on Aemon. Like you did this shit on purpose, motherfucker. Okay, Aegon is very crisp. Oh, I like what you did there, Sandroko. 2 points for whatever your house is. That is I was gonna say I was gonna say Gryffindor, but I don't think you'd be Gryffindor. I think you'd be like a Ravenclaw or something. I don't know why I'm getting Ravenclaw vibes from you, Sandroko, but I am. A musical episode. That's the word exactly. Great Balls of Fire. This is now Great Balls of Fire. No, that was better. That was a better way of saying it. Exactly. I'm on like the 10th season of my show or something like that. You know, it makes sense that I would do a musical episode now or a rhyming episode in timing. I wonder how much in touch with the I don't know what to do. I can't begin to with my crew. SM down. Ooh. Aegon was crispy too. So, I mean, what would happen if I tried to do a rhyme thing? If I tried to rhyme it and really mean it, I would really need to eat a peanut. But I don't know if I could keep that going that long. But I would try to sing a song. I would. Okay. So, oh my God, Geniusville. I love these songs where the singers talk through the song. Yeah, very Sam Hunt, take your time. Exactly. I don't know what it's called. I believe it has a thing. Jason Segel does it very well too on How I Met Your Mother throughout the series. He's always sing-songing. Sing-songing. Is that what it is? Sing-songing? Whatever. The White Worm is the movie Civil War with the same accent. I think that's her real accent. She actually sounds good tonight. Small folk need a toke, but that's not. Ooh, wait. I gotta give you justice on that one, Edward, because that's cool. Small folk need a toke, but not that dragon smoke, but that green smoke. Yeah, Edward Martin. I almost want to get that on a T-shirt. Small folk need a toke, but not that dragon smoke, but that green. Yeah, I like that. I like that, Edward Martin. I'm copying and pasting that shit into my notes and stealing that. No, I'm not gonna. I will give you credit for it, but I'm stealing that and saying that again in other places. I like that. Ooh, excuse me. Let me make sure I actually do it. Not like an asshole. Like I'm saying I'm gonna do it and then I don't do it. Okay. Let's continue. Crispy seems to have lost his guts. He's nothing more than a cock. I mean, I'm sorry, Heath Hinton. Sorry, I altered your intentions and I added my own agenda. Crispy seems to have lost his guts. He's nothing more than a peacock. Inconceivable. Thank you, everyone that's watching this tonight right now. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this out so we can get some more folks in here. Mandrell. See, I don't care if anyone else gets here because Mandrell's in the house. Toast to my friend Mandrell. And the amazing, wonderful Julie Dawn is in the chat as well. Thank you to all of you joining me tonight. I know you have a lot of options for a lot more bigger places to check out. So I appreciate anyone that takes their time to pop in my small little quaint establishment on goofy Sunday evenings. Okay, so Andrew, hey. Late to the live. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Andrew, you're not late. The party starts when you attend. So Andrew is here, joining on the fun. Okay, so yeah, we see folks. Then we see Alicent and Aemon. I already talked about that. Aemon is watching, and he cries, but his brother with his one big eye. And then we see Helena watch this, and that gets a completion at the end of the episode. Protect her at all costs. Is she sweet? Then they open the box. What's in the box? It's Aegon's in the box. And there's some Alicent's looking on in the background with some wispy music playing. And Aegon is alive for the moment, says the Maesters. The king's fuse. You see it's kind of like fused to his skin. It looks horrible. And 6 Maesters like gang work on him. Like he's they're like on a pit crew on a racetrack. And they're all trying to put Aegon's pieces, put the guy his pieces back together. Aemon comes in and he goes, I'm king now. Whatever, screw all you guys. So we go to Crispy and Alicent, and she goes, what happened? And he goes, the castle got took. 900 men, we lost. You know, and he's giving her like weird vibe. Okay, I did write it in my notes. He says that Sunfire is still there. Okay, so Sunfire is still there. Thank you. You scared me earlier, caller or texter. And then she asks about Aemon, and he's basically saying, well, Aemon's in charge now. So then we go to Rhaenyra, and Alfred is bitching more. Alfred's a condescending little douche. And he's like, you don't know war, Rhaenyra. All you are is an uncle fucker.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a dragon, Ryan, lion, Uncle
Dude.
Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes, it's true. No fuck that goes white like you. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucks your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some spawn and fuck your uncle all night long. What's that over there? I don't know. It's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Which ones are on it again now? At least they're not on a boat. Rhaenyra, it's Daemon. Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She is. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, I must say. I fucked him on Dragonstone yesterday. Uncle Fucker, that's you, Rhaenyra, that's you, Rhaenyra.
Okay, cool. The only thing I hate about that is I didn't get suck my Dragon Balls out at the end there. Okay, I mumbled it. I was like, suck my Dragon Balls. But I should have just said stronger. Suck my Dragon Balls. Everyone got that? Okay, so we go to Rhaenyra and Alfred, and he's bitching that she's a uncle fucker, and go talk to Daemon. And then they talk. I must admit, those scenes kind of blended a little bit. Those weren't my favorite scenes in the episode, and there was maybe one too many Alfred disagreeing with Rhaenyra scenes over the course of the last couple of episodes, but it's all right. So we get it, and we go up to Jace, who's looking very Dan Humphrey. And I mentioned this earlier in my intro rant, but now I'm on here again. Maybe it's just me, but Jace looks like the love child of Finn Wolfhard and Dan Humphrey. Like they bonded over some Gossip Girl stuff. You know, they were talking about who's Gossip Girl. They were hanging out. One thing led to another, and they had a love child. And it ended up being this actor that plays Jace. He reminds me of someone more Dan Humphrey. He's got, especially in this episode, the older he's getting, the more they're maturing his character, the more Humphreyisms he's showing to me. And yes, I watched Gossip Girl backwards and forwards enough that I could quote episodes, and I love seeing the deep. I love seeing him, and and Blair is always amazing when she shows up in different things too. But no, it's a fun show for if you're into that teen drama stuff. That being said, as well, mentioned this on Tony's stream. Rest in peace to my one of my favorite shows growing up. The first show that one of the first shows that hooked me with. It's funny, a couple of the first shows that hooked me, like binge watchy type stuff, was Oz and 90210. It couldn't be different. The only thing that's similar is Luke Perry was on both shows. But I think that's why I watched Oz to begin with. I was like, oh, Luke Perry's on there. Let me watch that. It's going to be close, right? Yeah, it's going to be the same. Yeah, this show's going to be just like 90210. Yeah, it totally was. Totally it was. Like Belcher, Beecher and Keller are totally like Dylan and Brandon. Dylan and Brenda. Okay, so rest in peace to the amazing Shannon Doherty. She did a lot of podcasts recently with the 90210 Rewatch podcast, so got to hear from her a lot. I mentioned this on Tony's stream. I met her once at a con. Super awesome person. Made me feel super special. I was a big dork, and I was like, "You're super pretty, friend Shannon Doherty." And she's like, "Oh, sweetie, we would have been friends in real life, or something like that." She said. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of, "Oh, if I met you, you're really sweet. If I met you in real life, I would have totally been your friend." Something like that. And she gave me a little like a little half hug. So she, not that I truly knew her or anything like that, but it's just a credit to show what kind of person, what kind of awesome person Shannon Doherty was. She was someone that didn't take shit from anybody, and she did it, and that's part of the reason why, she got thrown off, put off Charmed, because she didn't take shit from Melissa Milano, and didn't take shit from Jenny Garth on 90210. That's why she got thrown out of that show. So. Or why she sort of got alienated from the rest of the cast. But whatever. But Jen Doherty, awesome talent. Heathers was the first thing I probably saw her in, and of course 90210, Mallrats, and many other things that she popped in. Charmed, of course, Prue. I thought she was the best part of Charmed, and Charmed was never quite the same after she left. So there you go. Rest in peace to the lovely, amazing Shannon Doherty. And of course, Richard Simmons, Shelley Duvall, and the amazing, incredible, thank you for helping craft me and make After Darks with Anna, Tony, and I possible, Dr. Ruth. Toast to you, Dr. Ruth. Toast to all those people. Rest in peace. May you have dragon dreams. Okay. So, I do. Spiders with great big balls. I won't lie. 100% for Shannon Doherty. Amen. Those eyes. In person, too, she stares right through you. She's like, hi. So, big time. I was all about Brenda. I was all about Brenda on 90210. Okay, anyway, sorry. Now her watch has ended. Exactly, Julie, I have problems. Okay, I think House of Dragon is a story about why women shouldn't be in charge. Spider Great Big Balls, interesting point. Alfred is me. I saw the writing on the wall. Alfred's like, why don't you go make me a sandwich? This is the only time I've ever heard the Uncle Fucker not be funny. Thanks, Jay. Richard Simmons, Mallrats. Yeah, Mallrats was amazing. Okay, so here we go. I talk and I talk. You just talk. So, yeah. Okay, so we go off to Jace, who's looking very Dan Humphrey. That's why I lost this rant. And him and his wife talk about Jace going to Harrenhal to see Daemon. They have a scene, Baelor and Jace. They say goodbye. They talk about stuff. It's just to kind of flesh out both characters a little bit. It's a good scene between the two of them. Nothing too intense here of note. Sweating to the oldies. Absolutely. Daemon talking about the Brackens and Daemon's adventures as we get more Hatfield McCoy stuff. I mean, that's the Brackens and the stuff and all that, with the Bracken stuff that's going on through all this stuff. It's almost, and I think it should be, it's just like the endless battle. It's white noise in the background. It's the people peeing on the dude's rug. If you're taking Daemon on his Big Lebowski journey, this whole thing, this battle between these two houses, it's just like they're peeing on the dude's rug, and Daemon just isn't taking it. He just doesn't care. Oh, I definitely do, Julie Dawn. Fairy Tale Theater with Shelley Duvall. I loved that as a kid. I had a bunch of VHS tapes. Crispy wishes his hair looked like Jace. A lot of people do. People pay millions of dollars to have their hair look, millions of dollars, play hundreds of dollars, play 50 cents of dollars. They get gel to make their hair look like that. Okay, it's dragon sperm is what he puts in his hair. That's what all Targaryens put in their hair to make it glow so much. We've uncovered the truths of the world tonight. So let me continue. Oh, notifications all over the place. Okay, how come no one ever contacts you when you're not doing anything? When you're doing something, suddenly your phone blows up. Kawinky dink. What a week. Okay, so Daemon says, you ever have just one of those weeks that just drives you a little nutty, like drives you past the point of no return of insanity? I'm kind of there, not in like a sad way, but in an insane, like frustrated with humans way. So, yeah, there's that. Just like the Brackens and the Blackwoods are. They're just frustrated with their own humanity with each other. Yeah, did I do a good job connecting that to a House of the Dragon stuff, kids? I guess I failed. So they hatch a plan. Okay, so yeah, Daemon kind of communicates with Blackwood of like, yeah, we should take the Brackens on our side. They're hell of warriors. There's different ways to kill them. We don't have to kill them on the battlefield against us. We can just have them as fodder. And he's like, I think I get it. So then we go to the Eyrie, right? Lady Arryn in the Eyrie. And we get more back and forth discussions about the Eyrie and the Veil Soldiers, and they figure something out, and about the dragons, and they bring them eggs, and it's the whole thing about we didn't say what size dragons here, and it's a sweet moment where she says, I'm sorry about your Nana dying, and rest up. This will be your room. It's a good scene. It's good to see these locations, but they were sort of stop and goes tonight a lot. So the score of this episode really stood out to me more than the rest of the season for some reason. I think it was, I'd have to listen again, Old Torf, but it did to me too, because I don't know how to explain this, because I don't know how to explain it, because I'm a hack musician, so I can't explain it in real musical terms. I could do it if you picked up my trumpet, and I could explain what I meant. But what I mean is, the music was much higher tonight. It was done on like bright, like and so everything was like a key up, it seemed, and there was a lot more folk music instruments used instead of orchestral music or something. Like it felt more like folky at times, or it felt like they were playing with genre styles with the music, and it was working. It wasn't. I'm not saying any of this as a bad choice. I'm just saying it was noticeable in that there were some different choices with the orchestration of some different styles of music through the episode. I made note of it a couple points in the Alicent scene previous with that, and it really worked. But I think he's playing now. He's so good. He's like going into other genres and bringing in his own styles, and it worked really well. But there was different. And I don't know exact different instrumentation, different key than they usually use. There was something going on. Someone that's smarter about music could probably explain it better than I. Yeah, Rob was into Radiohead. No, Redhead. Lady Jem was kind of a bish. Yeah, she was kind of a bish. She was. She stopped herself after a while, Miss Duncan the Tall, when she sort of had an aha, like, oh, this girl's friggin' grandma just died. I can't be this bad. But there was some tude going on there. There was an attempted attitude, and then she's like, I gotta drop this. Lady Jen flat as a 2x4 says spiders big balls. Need more Jenny Aaron. Jakaris probably wishes he got that seed. Yeah, 100% Philly fan. The dog really was sad about the cheese. He got kicked. He was. I love how there's a behind the scenes thing where the actors are like, the dogs are fine. Don't worry, motherfuckers. Okay, our next scene is Rhaenyra and the White Worm. They have a talk about how no one's listening to Rhaenyra and shit's tough, and she never learned to fight. And they talk about everything's wrong about Daemon. And now Kristen Cole is making a mistake because they shouldn't have marched the dragon through King's Landing, and the White Worm sort of hatches a plan, a whisper campaign. Whoa, my drink splashed everywhere. And she says the people are scared. The king's down. They know that the last king was peace or the last two kings were peace. Dragons dying are bad luck for people, and they shouldn't have marched the dragon head through the town. And the White Worm is going to get the small folk on Team Rhaenyra. And that seems like the situation. Wait, what's this? Sorry, I need to burp, and I didn't want to do it on camera. And I just gave you guys the finger. You see that? I unintentionally gave you guys the finger because that's. So Rhaenyra tells the story of Rhaenys taking her dragon. Fierce love, anger. They have moments where they start to just remember Rhaenys, and there's some great moments going on like that in this episode where there was the overall current of just a melancholy to the whole episode with the loss of Rhaenys, and I thought it was appropriate considering everything. I just thought the vibe of this episode and the tone of it, considering what happened at the end of last episode and at the end of it all, was just an appropriate kind of tone every time this part came up. Oh, thank you. It's a little trippy demo song I was working on recently. So Rhaenyra tells the whole story. We flash over to Daemon on another test dream, another vision, as it's a sex dream. Why do I want to feel like somewhere we've got here we go, everybody. Sorry, I've been neglecting our live calls. Let's play some of our voicemails and calls right now. We got Pete's live music. I have a feeling. I'm not gonna guess the way Pete's live music mind works, and I'm gonna know that he is bringing our co-host who can't be on the show right now because of copyright purposes, and for login and HBO purposes, because I can't log in on that person's the one that's saved on my phone. So I'm willing to wager here that Pete's live music has in fact put this scene right here that I'm about to talk about with Recap Guy on one of his several messages that he left. And please, Pete, by all means, call as much as you will like. And Antoine, I'll play your message in a little bit at the end. Pete's live music, I want to get into the little Recap Guy here. So let's see what Pete and his Recap Guy have to say.
Hey, Phil, I'm about halfway through this episode right now. And I got to tell you, from now on, Jace, we got to call him Blue Steel. He was rocking the Blue Steel from Zoolander. So serious. So I'd like to propose we call Jace from now on. Just call him Blue Steel.
Blue Steel. I'm with you on that one. Antoine's message is a little longer, so let me play a part of Antoine's message right here, and I will play. Antoine, I'm reading your message. Here we go. Let's play part of Antoine's message here.
There's going to be on the throne fight in the future, but the series is going to get Aegon still stayed on the throne, which means there's going to be conservatives pushing their agenda through Aegon II, and you see the Project 25 that's being pushed in Fire and Blood. I mean, come on, Team Black is losing. Soon the strong boys are going to die out.
Okay, at 1 minute and 30 seconds, I got to remember this. I'm going to come back and play the last half of your message here, Antoine. And it is looking bad for Team Black, Antoine. You are on set, but at the end of this episode, we got a little hope, right? We got a little hint on where this might be going, and we'll get to this at the end of the episode, and I'll talk more about it. But maybe there might be some synergy. We've seen two people pop up in recent episodes that you might not know as well as some of the other characters, and two dragons got mentioned tonight. Maybe some stuff might happen. Maybe we could see some magic, and I'm only saying this because they're making it pretty fucking obvious, even if you don't know what's coming. So here we go. Pete's live music. Play another one.
And King was dragon. Sunfire was long in the dying.
The king. Sir Kristen, what befell him?
Kristen dips a cloth into a jar of cream, then rubs his blade with it.
His grace fought valiantly.
Allison blinks, then gazes off with a hollow expression.
We got Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Wait, I gotta do that again. Krispy Kreme. That's a big Krispy Kreme moment. But wait, did they say? Does this disclose Sunfire's fate right here? What we were talking about earlier. Let's play this again. I gotta play this shit again. The amazing AK watch is in the live chat. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to AK and follow her and watch all her adventures in different places. AK is one of my, I was going to say oldest friends in the YouTube world, but one of the best people. So send lots of love to the amazing AK in the live chat. Love you, my friend. Okay, so let me play this one more time. 781, sorry everybody, phone number if you want to call in, leave a voicemail, or text in if I missed your shit, is 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. It's usually on screen, but because I'm doing hippie activities, I got this shit on the screen. Let me do this in a better way. There we go. It's on the screen now. Everyone got that number? Everyone got it? So here we go. Let's play this shit one more effing time. I want to see this crispy shit.
And King was dragon. Sunfire was long in the dying.
The king. Sir Kristen, what befell him?
Kristen dips a cloth into a jar of cream, then rubs his blade with it.
Oh my goodness.
Allison blinks, then gazes off with a hollow expression.
We got Krispy Kreme.
Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. They actually cream it. He actually says cream. He dips it in some cream. That was incredible, and it's time. Whoa.
King's dragon. Sunfire was long in the dying.
The king. So Kristen, what was that?
Kristen dips the cloth into a jar of cream, then rubs his blade with it.
Okay, I wanted to find where that was in the song, in the message, because that's how we're gonna start here. That's how we're gonna start our Krispy Kreme song right here.
Cream, then rubs his blade with it. Cloth into it.
So Kristen, what was that?
Kristen dips the cloth into a jar of cream, then rubs his blade with it.
They call him Crispy Baby. He rubs his blade in cream. He is with Allison. Her head is in his dream. He's got a little baby.
Yeah, there we go. That's how we start the song right there. Thank you, Pete's Live Music. You have as well found our musical entry point to this song. Thank you. That's the quote. We're gonna borrow Recap Guy, where he rubs this thing in cream, and then we're gonna lead right into the Krispy Kreme song. Pete, this is why you and I are musical brethren, and we haven't even hung out. You came up with my intro. Thank you, Krispy Kreme. I love it. Never mind. I was 100% wrong. I just went to the spot in the episode. It was Cheese who kicked him. Either way. Edward Martin, I'm sticking with that one too. I think you're on to something on that one. Okay, so let's play another one of Pete's Live Music's messages. Let's do this.
Great narration guy moment.
Daemon slides a hand over her throat. He holds her from behind.
Does he lack your constitution? Viserys wasn't fated for the crown. But you, Daemon, you were made to wear it.
They kiss deeply. She lies on his bed and writhes while he presses his face between her legs. Daemon stands alone, staring unblinkingly. Daemon and the blonde woman kiss passionately on his bed. He holds her neck, then gradually pulls his hand away as she stills. Blood spatters her sternum.
Oh, Mom. Yeah, Mom. It's Daemon. Hey, Mom. It's Daemon. Come sit on Daemon's lap. You wanna ride me dragon back?
Yes, Mom.
Oh, come on, sit on Daemon's back. You wanna get it right back?
Oh, Mommy.
Yes, Daemon. Why don't you sit on my motherfucking back? Take off your clothes, sit on my back. My name is Daemon Targaryen. I got a big thing, bang, I'm banging down. I don't care if you are my mom.
Oh, Daemon.
Yes, Mom. Hey, tuck it down.
Hey, Daemon.
Yes, Mom. Wanna stick it down?
I am Daemon. Oh, Daemon, don't touch me there.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, Daemon, don't, baby. Baby, don't touch me there.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, Daemon. Oh, Daemon.
Okay. So, anyways, sorry about that. I'm going to hell. Okay, so, let's continue with this stuff. Homelander Targaryen, and, yes, there's some Homelander Targaryen stuff going on right here, for sure. For sure. The spider's great big balls. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, this is like the Apple Music porn loop, and I think so many people have used this, and people are probably sick of hearing it. But I think that was an appropriate use for it in that situation. So yeah, I mean, I started Pete's Live Music playing his voicemails there because I figured he would have this part. Folks were saying women Daemon was with was that's honestly, AK, that's what I thought at first. Like in reality, like he was imagining that the whole thing about him being Daemon's Rhaenyra's father, Daemon's mom. But then I sort of suppositioned in the episode he was actually having a dream about having sex with his mother, but I don't know exactly what was going on. I guess it could have been either thing. How I interpreted it was his mom, but we'll see. Either way, I stand by the song. I'm standing by that crap. Hey, Mom. Okay, so Allison definitely had one of her episodes. Crispy chickens coming home to roost, and she finally. So true. She finally realized that they don't taste good. And I'm gonna add one more thing to that, sci-fi girl. I don't know why I want to add a number to the end of your name, sci-fi girl. I want to go sci-fi girl 9993772. Like sci-fi girl 9997372. Am I just giving out your phone number? No, I'm just giving out sci-fi girl's phone number. Everyone, you want a sci-fi girl 99772. Oh, okay. AK bringing down the logic. Saying, bringing down my party, bringing down my creepier incest party, which makes me even creepier for that song, AK. Let's tell the truth here. Let's tell the truth. You're uncovering the truth, which is important because we want to put it out here, and apparently that was Rhaenyra's mother in that situation, actually. But I still stand by my song that Daemon would bang his mom. We don't know what's coming next week's streams. They seem to be getting worse every week. By worse, I mean better. By better, I mean worse. You know what I'm saying. So let's just assume Daemon is the kind of guy that would bang his mom, right? Pete Easy. I saw you slip in earlier in a moment. Pete Easy says it was his mom. I thought it was Emma first, but it was his mom. Pete Easy, if that's why they mentioned her earlier in the episode. It don't make you creepy. We were just following the clues they gave us. Can we just agree either way it's gross? I think Julie Dawn has the logic bomb here of it all. Can we just agree that whatever it was, whatever shit happened all over that poop stain was just a little weird? Yeah, I think we can all agree with that. I think you make a very logical statement there, my friend. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Will this work? Will this fix my problem? Nothing will fix my problem. Yeah, we know. Nothing will fix my problem. There we go. Oh, did you see it? It came on for a second. Oh, yes. I did it. I fixed it. I know this doesn't matter to anybody that's not watching the stream live, but when I'm doing it, when I if I don't see the chat down there on the screen, it makes me feel awkward because like I said, it's half the time I read the chat from right there. So now it is on the screen. It makes me feel better. I feel better. Touch me. Oh my goodness. Now I'm really blushing. The amazing, the wonderful Christina the Sphinx is in the live chat. Now I can't sing this stuff. Now I have to clean myself up a little bit. Like what the heck? I'm starting to sweat all of a sudden. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Whoa. Lotus, clean this place up. Christina's in the chat. Come on. You gotta do something about this. You weren't listening to that song, were you? Young lady? No, miss, you weren't. I'm legitimately blushing. You see, I just turned red. I did. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the chat, Christina. It's great to see you. Thank you for saying hello. She's like, oh shit, what kind of nonsense? What kind of tomfoolery did I just find my way into? You're singing about crispy mums and Krispy Kremes. What is this? What is this shit? I'm going to a different recap. There's 778,000 people streaming right now. Most of them with 10 times the subscribers. Let's say hi. But no, Christine, it's great to see you. Narration guide describing some sex scenes sounding like an adult film I would direct. Let's finish off Antoine. I'm gonna finish off Antoine. Antoine, I'm sorry for saying it in that way, but I promised you I'd get back to you at the end of your message, and I'm a man of my word, and I avoided saying that like the Joker. Because everyone says that shit like that. I'm a man of my word. I couldn't help myself. Do you notice there are some lyrics? Well, you could say lyrics too. Lyrics in songs or lines in movies or television shows that once you hear that, like you just can't say that word or that term normal again. I mean, obviously I'll be back. You can't say I'll be back from actual real life situations, just to pull the Arnold stuff. There's a whole bunch of Arnold stuff you can't say, but it is a Tuma. It's not the Tuma. I've said this before, and this isn't for sadness purposes, so don't mind yourselves. I unfortunately dealt with the C word. I still struggle with it sometimes. I get tests and shit like that, and go through ups and downs. My health issue a couple of months ago, I had to go through it too. But I'm not talking about that. When I actually found out I had it that time my first reaction was to scream in an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, "It is a Toma!" So you can't think of that word without thinking of Arnold saying, "Toma." There's so many words like that, so many terms that movies have ever either ruined or made, and you can't say it the same way. I'm never going to be able to say crispy again because it's a sad song. The crispy song is sad. It's not happy. His crispy times aren't happy. They call him Krispy Kreme. They call him Crispy Baby. He's a crispy Kreme. No, see, it's not a happy song. It's not a happy song. I'm a sad boy. But there's so many terms and words like that. And that's one of them.
You're gonna kill us.
Oh, Antoine, I'm sorry.
But just want to let you know that Aegon is surely going to make King's Landing great again.
Listen, Antoine, you don't be a party pooper for the Team Green. I will get to the chopper now, and if Aegon bleeds, we can kill him. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger ones. Thank you.
As much as I hate to admit that.
What's up? Yep. What's up? What's up?
I love Dragonstone. I like staying at Dragonstone, but this incident and what happened to Trump is going to put Aegon on the throne for a short time. But we all know Rhaenyra's time is over.
Golden Child. I'm going to name all these in the live chat in a second once we're done with Antoine's message. And I got Heath Hinton's voicemail I'll be playing in a moment, too. Thank you, everyone that's calling on in and leaving these voicemails. The shows are much better with your voices on it. I might turn the actual call-in line on in a few minutes. But for now, if you want to call in, 781-990-8509. There it is up there. I have no magic. We need, great. Hasta la vista, baby. Go on to the chopper. I love you, Christina. Can you say that again, Christina? Can you say it one more time? Because it makes me, I need to hear it tonight, Christina. Thank you. My therapist told me to come here. Listen, this is why? Because they wanted to, that's a good line too. But I was thinking, I was going more down a different road with that, big blue balls of fire. Now. The spider's blue. Oh, God. Oh, I'm drunk now. The screen just went a little blurry. I'm actually rather sober. What? For real? This is our dark corner. I guess for research purposes, I should watch that sexy scene. I think you should, Miss Duncan the Tall. I think you should watch it on a loop. We need to study this scene, Miss Duncan the Tall, and see what we can uncover from it. Well, if there's any benefits and information we can uncover from such a scene. And that's all I'm going to say because it's classy to say it that way. So, Miss Duncan analyzing that video like a Super Bowl video. I'm going to add one weird touch to that, Sonic, because I think what you're trying to say is perfect. But for my goofy interest of like my mind, I'm going to say Miss Duncan analyzing that video like the Zapruder film. One person's going to get that, but for me, that makes me feel good. But your expression, your choice, more people would get. Sonic, but for me, I would say the Zapruder film. When I hear someone support a team with green, Aegon the Second on the throne, yawn. AK, I'd almost want to hear you and Antoine in a debate about the greens and stuff like that. Antoine, great voicemail as always, my friend. Damon's mother is his ideal woman. He saw a lot of her in young Rhaenyra. Says sci-fi girl. I was just going to say sci-fi woman. Why am I changing people's names in the chat tonight? I've made sci-fi girl a woman, and I've added numbers to her. What am I doing? I've called the big balls, the balls are great balls. The Dragon King is like the Lion King or the Tiger King or whatever. I got the Dragon King in the live chat. We got Sonic, my boy, not your boy. AK Watch, I can get that right because I'm not an idiot. We got the Golden Child. I missed the Golden Child, and I always got the knife. Every time the Golden Child comes in the room, I need to get the knife. But please don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. The Incredible Hulk. Yeah, angry. Anything but angry. Oh, Hulk rage, Hulk smash. Damon keeps waking up in the middle of the meetings. He does. And I think that's adding to the unbalance of it, the way that the editing everything together to make him sort of wake up in odd times, pop in. I'm loving it. I'm loving everything they're doing with Damon this season. It's different. It's not what I expected. What is that? What the hell? Oh. Anyways, it's not what I expected. And whatever I found in my mouth, it's not what I expected either. That's what Damon's mom said after that scene. Oh no, that was horrible. Oh God, let's play. You gotta play some music after that. Oh, excuse me. Oh no.
Let's play a game.
Oh, that's a horrible game. I don't want to play that game. Oh.
Which body part do you need the least?
Oh.
You've been wondering
This is Ramsay Snow, my bastard.
who I am.
No.
You're just wonderful.
No.
You're just wonderful sausage.
No.
That's a good name for you.
No.
Freak. Pork sausage.
Okay. So, excuse me about that. Damon keeps waking up in the middle of meetings. AK thinks I was me. Oh, yeah, exactly. Sci-fi girl has been officially made sci-fi woman. 17932. Okay. Yo, sorry off topic. Are you looking forward to the Dexter prequel? Dragon, that's one of the things here over here in the Issues universe. And probably why we're a specialty audience. I appreciate reasons to push me off my chain of thought. I will watch it. I mean, I'm assuming Tony's probably going to cover it after the New Blood stuff and having good success doing that. So he'd probably want to try to jump on the Dexter as well because I know it's one of his favorite groups of shows. So I'll probably end up watching it for that reason. I liked Dexter. I was never super invested in it. I was probably invested in New Blood more because of podcasting with Tony, but it's not one of those shows that it's a show I like and I enjoy the performances and I know why people love it. It just never was a love show for me. So understanding that the ending is disappointing to people and they're adding more to this universe and whether that's going to be good, it's going to be like a young Sheldon situation for Dexter. I don't know how about that's going to work. And considering the way that the other two series ended, I know there's a low expectation thing going on with this. So we'll see how it turns out. I will be watching it. For me, Dexter is more about liking the actor that plays him more than even everything going on. So it's going to be a challenge. Casting is huge, and tone is huge. These type of younger versions of people shows don't always work. So we'll see. AK says, doesn't make sense to me that it was his mom. His power tripping of Viserys had the life that he wanted to. Daemon covets Emma and Rhaenyra as his thing. AK, I should be flogged. I should be purged. I don't know what you said, but if AK thinks you should have that done to you, you're a lucky man. No, sorry. We've got please, Eddie. Justin Higgins in the live chat. I want the knife. Please. Please, Eddie. I mean, I think that's the crossover we never knew we wanted. Eddie Murphy should have been in Who Framed Roger Rabbit too somehow. Okay, or he should be in the sequel with him and Roger Rabbit. They should do like a Donkey and Roger Rabbit adventure. I'd watch that. That's the crossover I didn't know I wanted. Roger Rabbit and Donkey take all over the world. I'm in. Okay, so the Flash of Damon, another dream, another vision, sex with his mom. Is this the rant that I went on from sex with his mom? Yeah, because I want to go to Pete's Live Music, who had the narration of the sex with the mom scene, so I didn't have to say it. This is why I did this. Like, why things happen.
Another great.
I have your... It did, Heath. I'm playing it literally next. I'm sorry. I've been... my mommy, my dog ate my homework, my dog ate my voicemail list, and then I had to re-sign in, and then I like my job, my job, my girl left me. Actually, she never gave me a chance. My girl didn't want to see me. It's a bad day, Heath Hinton. I'll play your message in a moment, my friend. It definitely went through.
Narration guy moment.
Damon slides a hand over her throat. He holds her from behind.
Does he lack the constitution? Viserys wasn't suited for the crown. But you, Daemon, you were made to wear it.
They kiss deeply. She lies on his bed and rises while he presses his face between her legs. Daemon stands alone, staring unblinkingly. Daemon and the blonde woman kiss passionately on his bed. He holds her neck, then gradually pulls his hand away as she stilts. Blood spatters her sternum.
Let's tell the truth about Daemon. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't care if you're his sister or his mother, he'll slatter. He'll slap the butt, he'll tickle it right. Daemon doesn't care, he'll fuck you all night. He's Daemon Targaryen. He'll bang you all night long. He's Daemon Targaryen. He'll bang you all night long. He don't care if your brother is married to you. He don't care if you are your mama's creamy goop. He's Daemon, riding dragon back, Daemon the dragon back. So I mean, really, isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? The point of it all is that this awesome bloody bastard, this rogue, you could call him a rogue prince. You could. You wouldn't be wrong. Is out there, doesn't care. Like, let's be real. I mean, we know it's a vision anyway, but if it's his mom, if it's his brother's wife, Daemon's doing it either way. Like, we can all agree on that. You know, right? Like, whatever we're reading the scene or whatever it ends up being, whoever ends up being right or correct in this situation, I think we can all equally gather together and say that Daemon would totally bang either his mom or his sister-in-law. Right? I mean, I think this could cause world peace. This is the right spot to be. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Are you telling me, right? Yes, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, I'm totally going bald. Is that bald spot right there? Is that completely bald? I am. I'm completely bald. Oh no, it's just the light. It's the light. Still, it might be the light, but we'll pretend. It's not lasting forever. I'm gonna have that Jack Nicholson here soon. It's close. Close. Very close. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, your cloak, baby. It's a cloak. Yeah, Preston and I need to do a crossover song with the two songs. Next time I go on with her, I'll suggest it to him. I would love it. Okay, the beast with two backs. I don't see it that way. I don't think Daemon would do that. Day would put it in anybody except his first wife. I don't know why I find that hilarious. Like that deserves this. It's like I don't know. Day would put it in anybody except his first wife. Take my wife, please. Absolutely, AK. But Preston cracks me the fuck up with the wear a cloak, babe. Wear a cloak. It's fucking great shit. Okay, so Daemon is a dragon rider in the skies and the sacks, as Heath hinted. The beast with two backs, dragon backs. Hide your wife with Daemon Targaryen. Daemon feasting on the wife. Is the Rivers woman the same redhead from the boys? Is it? It's a good question, Sonic boy. I don't know why I said your name like that. The new Shrek, except Spider's trying to get me on that one. Trying to Ron Burgundy me on that one. Get this thing demonetized. Justin Higgins is the demon. I tried to read. Is Daemon a green seer or is the Rivers woman? It's neither of those things. There's no Jojen pace going on necessarily. She says it to him in the last episode. He's basically sleeping on a weirwood tree bed. So he's having weirwood dreams, green seer type shit going on, or visions being sent to him through the weirwood net is a better way of saying it. Tony, I recommend checking out the next Teflon TV live stream and asking Tony about that and give him an opportunity to talk more about his theory of all of this is, like one energy kind of giving the visions, and it's all coming from, the children, and I'm going to paraphrase, so I'm half drunk, and I don't want to paraphrase someone else's theory, but I highly recommend checking out Teflon TV and a lot of his videos about theories about the Three-Eyed Raven and the Weirwood Net stuff, to kind of check out that stuff, to think about what many directions of who could be effing with Daemon in this moment. I realize I've said motherfucker like 77 times tonight, and for some reason I said effing there. Like, that's going to protect me from the YouTube gods that already shadow ban this shit. Like, who cares? I mean, really. But let's continue. Doc, you said something earlier in the live chat I wanted to comment on, but I forgot. But I will say, I also watched it. It was awesome. It was a great story. Not so much or whatever, but it was as good as the first two. The second Beverly Hills Cop, which was awesome too, and it was I might even liked it better than the second one. I think my rankings would go 1, 3, 2, 4, but I'd have to watch all of them later on, especially Eddie Murphy. He was unbelievably hilarious in it, and I thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt was really cool too, and the actress that played Axel's daughter, and obviously Bronson Pinchot kills every scene he's in and anything he's ever in. So fun. If you're a fan of the Beverly Hills Cop movies, of the first two, and you were disappointed by the third one, you'll like it. It's good. It makes you laugh. Ooh. I'm Ron Burgundy something. Eamon wants the knife now. Right now. I'm trying to find Mr. Friedman. Hydra. Yeah, Hydra women when that motherfucker's around. My phone was messing up. That's why I asked. We'll see. But, that's what it was, Doc. You were the only one that... Not saying the only one, but you were the one that followed up on my Zapruder film comment. Back into the left. Back into the left. I think that was a Family Guy joke on one too. I think Family Guy did that one too. So maybe they would know it through that. So before we get back to our recap, let's play our good buddy Heath Hinton's message. Let's see what. Let's make sure his phone didn't mess up a good time. Don't mess up a good time, Heath Hinton's phone. Heath's a good guy. I don't want you to mess with his fucking phone. Oh, I see. I know exactly what you're about to do. I gotta get you to the music. I'm seeing what you said before you say it, and I love that you're making this reference, Heath. I'm setting it up. I shouldn't say anything. It's not as good if the fact that I actually am saying something's coming, but I'll play your voicemail in a second, but I can't find anything. Can't find anything. Let's play this one. Let's play Heath Hinton's voicemail.
What's up, buddy? How you doing today? Man, I got a question. Like, I'm just having one of those Saturday Night Live deep thoughts by Jack Handy.
Jack Handy deep thoughts.
Watching the episode, you watch the phrase, you watch the link.
If people don't know what that is, that was Saturday Night Live. I believe the Eddie Murphy era of Saturday Night Live, when it was like Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Sweet Chuck from the Ted Kaczynski. I think that was the deep thoughts with Jack Handy's period, and it kind of went all through the 90s. I think it started out then, but the Saturday Night Live thing for people that don't know.
Lannisters, have you noticed that how much different their families are now as compared to what they are in the series? Like, the Freys are actually, they seem intelligent.
Yeah.
Just seem rather...
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm pausing and going with it, but yeah, because I don't want to forget what you have to say. Absolutely. That's why I didn't know at first. I was like, is this a Frey? Is this the twins? Like, what's going on here? And these people seem normal. This is Walter Frey's ancestor? How much inbreeding led you to Walter? I mean, like, come on. Anyways, let me shut up now and play your message. Like, what kind of asshole am I? I keep cutting you off. Like, that's what I do, I guess. I just talk through people. As much as I love having co-hosts, I love being on panels, and I love being part of the Usual Suspects. Joe Dirty Locks is amazing. Tony is my favorite guy to do podcasts with in the world and shit like that. And I love having AK. I love talking to other people. I think, every time I do one of these shows by myself, at first it's a little hard to get the motor running, but by the third or fourth episode, I'm like, I have to do at least one show like this a week. This is my therapy, really. I mean, let's cut through the shit sandwich here. Okay, let's play the rest of Hinton's voicemail.
the Lannisters.
This is more therapy than recap. I should probably change the title.
Have you noticed how much different their families are now as compared to what they are in the series? Like the Freys are actually, they seem intelligent. Just seem rather put together. They got a strong army, and the Lannisters, you look at them, nothing like Tywin Lannister. They're idiots compared to him. And you look at the Freys, and they're smart compared to Walder.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just weird how much different the families are, but the one thing that is consistent is the Starks. The Starks are still what they were in Game of Thrones. They still have that high duty to the north and to the kingdom. Everybody else seems why are they the ones that seem to always keep things together, but the other kingdoms have idiots that come in to run things? It's just an odd situation, man. You just watch the Freys and the Lannisters, and
I'm such a
just
dirty
see
mind.
how they act.
I'm such a dirty mind. I'm like, yeah, they come everywhere. That interesting use of words there, considering what my answer would be.
It's quite odd and actually refreshing because it does change things up. But I also feel like it's just, you don't see that in stories very often where over time it always seems families stay the same. But in this one, there's some differences. Anyway, my friend, hope you have a wonderful evening and best of luck to you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
You as well, my friend. Heath Hinton, always a pleasure. Always better show when I get to have a voicemail from you. And Pete's Live Music and Antoine Thomas as well. Thank you so much for leaving voicemails tonight. Anyone else who wants to call in, you're welcome to call in. 781-990-8509. We're about halfway through the recap here. I guess this is our intermission where I fill my drink again, maybe? No, we'll see. Oh, let's continue here. Let's see if I get the urge to stand up. I'm actually wanting to get back into the recap, and I guess I'm a bad drinker. Like, not a bad drinker, but like a bad drinker. Like if I really like drinking, I'd be like, wait, get my drink. But instead I'll bring Joffrey here. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm a little closer. So we flashed to Daemon's dream. Oh, I already said that. Sex with his mom. We haven't quite got past the sex with the mom part. So we get a rundown of Aegon's burns, injuries, tons of injuries. He's in bad shape. Who will be in charge? Here we get who will be in charge. Alicent wants the job, and everyone else, no one supports her here. This is Alicent's reckoning for everything that she helped incite here. And Alicent wants the job. Aemon is needed. Everyone is like, no. Aemon's the guy. She gives an impassioned speech about it. And Aemon's just sitting there like, yeah, it's my job. Fuck her. I mean, seriously, that's kind of his, oh, excuse me. It's my job. Fuck her. That's basically what he's like. Oh, no, wait. That's not even good either. I should do it like this. This is better. This is oh shit. Is it this eye or is it this eye? Which eye? Let me bring up the screen. Which eye is it?
Dude.
What? Whoa, dude. So it's this one. Fuck her. It's mine. Okay. That was so worth that bit. That bit was so worth it. Okay, so I don't pity Alicent at all. Sorry, showrunners, the Greens fans, tough. Yeah, I don't really pity her. Hi. I don't really pity her either. I think it's almost funny, the reckoning. Lotus, are you on the stream? Did you just realize you were on television, Lotus? Yeah, she did. She's like, hey, what's up? I'm on camera. I'm an old girl. I'm sickly. This is my last chance on camera. It's my last time to blow up the spot, take over the stream. You taking over the stream? Cause no one wants to. I wouldn't want to look at me if you were on screen. Hi, you a good girl? No. Stay, good girl. Stay. Don't get up. Don't get up, skinny. Stay. No, don't get up. Don't get up. Stay. Sorry. Left eye. Thank you. So everyone's like, nope. She expects Aegon. She expects Clubfoot to take her side, and she kind of turns to him. And he goes, you haven't been sending me feet pictures at all. I don't know about you. She hasn't been, so I'm not on your side. Screw you. And then she turns to Crispy, and Crispy's like, nope. Gotta be the other dude. And this is, I've talked about this scene a few times tonight. Left Eye Targaryen. Lowered expectations. Aemon takes charge as we focus on Alicent feeling useless, and Aemon he's definitely seems capable of the job as he just like snaps into duty and barks his orders, and at the end of it all he's like, and cut down those fucking rat catchers. Like, come on. He needs those feet pics. This is where she's dealing with the reckoning of not... Okay, you can stay there, honey. Deal with the reckoning of... She didn't want to be on camera, I guess. Sonic Ya Boy says, I feel bad for Alicent. I think she generally misunderstood Viserys, but Rhaenyra educated her and she knows the truth now. Yes, absolutely. But as I've faced many situations like this in life, it is good to always self-reflect and realize the truth when you get more information. But you still do the thing in the moment that fucks everything up, right? You know, there's many times that I've been the one to fuck something up, whether it be a romantic relationship or a friendship or a job even, or creative dynamic, because you act emotional in the moment. My mental health stuff steps up and fucks me over or something, or I fuck myself over or whatever is a better way of saying it. And it happens. The best thing you can do as a person is go and, you know, figure your shit out and figure out why it happened and, you know, unpack all that crap. But it doesn't work the other way around. You can't always expect the other person to just, you know, have you, you know, let you back into the situation or get you back in the focus of that, all of that. So with Alicent, she made the mistake. She stabbed Rhaenyra. She incited this when things were going good. She caused a lot of the initial tension, created the petri dish for this bacteria to grow. So you can understand her perspective right now as I think I've been in that situation, and I'm sure many of you can relate to it as well, of acting a certain way, finding out more information, or being like, oh, whoopsie daisy. In most cases, it doesn't cause a war, but, you know, it could cause a personal war in some cases. Wow, I realized I just quoted The Sopranos without meaning it. Like with Christopher Moltisanti, I'll send some money in some cases with some cases. You know, I'll send apologies and some money in some cases. Otto would have put Aegon on the throne anyway, even if Alicent had misunderstood. I agree. He would have found a way. I agree. Or he would have found a way to like assassinate Rhaenyra once she was on the throne. Otto was working something. Don't let his spooky ass fool you. Spooky. Whatever. Otto was working something. So was Alicent. In this moment, she thought she was going to take over and be able to curb the situation and pull in because she thought she was going to have the clubfoot and Crispy Cole on her side. But Crispy had a dragon spiritual awakening, and he thinks, you know, dude, the biggest dragon should be in charge of everybody. And we'll get into that in a minute, but he chose to not rat out Aemon and anything he had to do with Aegon at the end there. So she was just in a fucked position, and she didn't really have anything she could do or react to all of this. And not having Otto there, as much as Otto is a douche and all that, and all of this madness and all of this. It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. It's a hot tower rent tonight. This shit again. Fuck Otto. Yeah, fuck Otto. Fuck Otto. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. It's a hot tower rent tonight. It's a hot tower rent tonight. Fuck Otto. You know, just in honor of our amazing friend, let's play the original version of the song for 1 second. You know who would really, really love to talk about Alicent right now? I bet wherever she is, wherever she's watching this, because I know she's watching this. Not watching me. I'm watching the show. The wonderful Miss Timo.
It's Timo's Rip Tonight. It's Timo's Rip Tonight. Fuck Sansa. Fuck Sansa. Fuck Sansa. Fuck Sansa. It's Timo's Rip Tonight. 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 It's Rip Tonight.
I could totally see Timo watching this like 3 years from now. You know, catching up on everything, like coming back, like, oh, I was catching up on everything. So, lots of love to you, Timo, the original inspiration for that song. It was too good not to adopt it for other people in the future. So, but that song was initially written for the wonderful Timo. Okay, so and now we're left with so no pity for Alicent. I don't know if it's no pity. I don't know if I'd go that far. My point isn't to not pity her. Why am I saying it like that? My point isn't not to pity her. Well, it's staccato weird shit. I can pronounce words too. I'm not drunk. My point is, or this is a question. It's more of a question for the chat, and maybe I should end this stuff and ask this for chat. Ask this as a trivia question, a poll question, but more just give me your yes or no. Give me your opinions on this subject. If it's a situation where, you know, you made your bed, laying in it too, can you expect someone to lay in their bed and still feel bad for them and still say, yeah, I feel bad for them? Because I do kind of feel bad for her, but I also want to say, yeah, you did this to yourself, Alicent. You know, you could have acted a lot more chill. You could have gone to Rhaenyra after you talked to Viserys with the whole situation and cleared it up. And Rhaenyra in that moment could have said, oh no, let me explain to you this dagger, Song of Ice and Fire and blah, 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 blah. So communication would have solved our problems here. So, and not pulling out a knife and charging at Rhaenyra in the middle of a dinner where everything was going good and going in the right direction for the first time in a while. And it seemed like they actually had a petri dish to form chocolate pancakes. You know, like something good. Delicious things. Like cupcakes and cookie dough and stuffed shells and cheese. But I don't feel bad for her. Fuck her. John Haymaker, I don't feel bad for her. Problem is Alicent knew it. Newbie. Well, in my dreams, I'm Dr. Cox. I'm not that cool. I'll never be that cool. I'll never be as cool as John C. McGinley, or what his name is, or the character of Dr. Cox. But in my dreams, I'm Dr. Cox. With a name like Cox. Okay, yeah, she made her choices. I am with you on that one, AK. Sandrokos, no pity. No pity. Pity. It is a pity. Viserys was a dumbass for thinking they would get along when they died. I mean, Viserys should have had... I don't even know what he could have done differently. I was going to say someone to enforce everything and just say, you are the person that enforces this situation. But Robert tried that shit. How'd that work out for him? I mean, how'd that work out for Ned? Even though somewhere out there someone's saying, well, Ned doctored the letter. You know, he didn't write what Robert said. So Aemon takes charge, and we focus on Alicent being useless. Excuse me. As Aemon seems pretty good at this job to a certain extent. And the scene just focuses on Alicent the whole time. We've talked about this a few times tonight. The editing in the filming and the cinematography of this episode was different. It's different here. And I'm going to play Pete's Live Music's message and AK's message in a second. But what I'm going to do for one quick moment is play a quick song and go grab a drink and then get one more drink and finish this stuff. So I'm in a Tyrion Lannister mood. So let's play Pete's Live Music's Tyrion Lannister mix.
Where do I begin, my lords and ladies? I am Tyrion, son of Tywin of Clan Lannister.
I'm going to die. May as well be with a song in my heart.
Imp! Dwarf. You should have stopped at imp.
Drinking and lust. No man can match me in these things. I'm a monster. Drinking and lust. That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
The Lord of Light wants his enemies burnt.
There you have it.
The drowned god wants them drowned.
Nothing to worry about.
Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
I drink.
I'm a vile man.
I drink.
I confess it.
I drink.
I'm a vile man.
I know things.
I'm a great fighter, too. I have lied and cheated, gambled and whored.
That's what I do. I am the god of tits and wine.
What about the dwarf? Worthless. Chop off his cock.
Let's discuss this.
The dwarf's cock has magic powers.
Wait!
We find a cock merchant. We'll sell it for a fortune.
You can't just hand a dried cock to a merchant and expect him to pay for it. He has to know it came from a dwarf. And how could he know?
It will be a dwarf-sized cock.
Guess again.
What do you want? Gold? Women?
I'm here to help.
Golden women?
Don't eat the help. Tits and wine.
Stick with me and you'll have them all.
We find a cock merchant.
There's some spooky stuff going on outside. There's people beeping the horn all over the place. If Dr. Cox was a lawyer instead, he could have created a law firm called Dickon and Cox. Jack me off. You would have had a big client at that. I'm Dr. Cox from Dickon and Cox, representing Jack me off in this case. We have to shake the jury loose. I think that's a lovely situation to have right there. And I actually completed that tongue twister right there, Jack. Not that was a really big tongue twister, but Dr. Cox was a lawyer at Dickon and Cox and represented Jack me off. Oh yeah, I wonder why I'm shadow pants. Okay, Aemon takes charge. Yeah, I said that like a few times. But let me pause for this station identification while I play play a voicemail from the amazing AK and see what she has to say. And also take a moment for some hippie activities. I also have a couple of voicemails from Pete's Live Music that I'll play first. But first, let's get Miss AK's voice in the show.
What's good, Phil? Royal Commander AK Valerian.
AK.
Report for episode discussions. Number 1, Allison, why are you surprised Sir Foots didn't back you? You've been neglecting your most important Always Put subscriber. 2, Jace, you wrong, but you gambled and won, so respect. 3,
Bam.
The phrase stay trying to upjump, okay? I wish they would have gotten Harrow, then they'd have died out by the time we got to the Game of Thrones era. And number 4, last but definitely not least, Bela is motherfucking queen, period. Even now, this soon, she has fully taken on her grandmother's title. She is the queen that never was born again. Always a great time on the show, Phil. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace out.
AK, coming prepared, banging that out. Whoa, that sounded bad. Pause. Or no, as Tony would say, no diddy. Banging that one out. Rocket fire voicemail. Great job, AK. Pete's Live Music. Always killing it as well.
Hey, Phil. Keep up the good work, man. I'm loving this on Sunday nights. The zoom-in shot of Alicent, if you have headphones on for that scene, I don't know if you caught it with headphones on.
No.
Crank up the sound. They were, like, totally messing with the sound in her breathing. As they're zooming in on her, they are, like, cranking up the volume on her bones. And it was so damn cool in headphones. All right, man, just letting you know just in case you might think I get
No, I will definitely do that.
Catch you later.
I will check that out on the replay. Thank you so much. And we got one more from Pete. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey, Phil, once again, we hear about Grover Tully. I keep mentioning this guy.
No
I'm
Kermit,
though. When are we going to get to see him? When do you think we're going to get to see Grover? Because it's kind of a build-up as they keep mentioning him and describing him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just wondering what you thought. Maybe next episode? Maybe after that? I don't know.
Do you know what I really have to say about this? This reminds me of something. This Grover Tully thing, like seeing Grover Tully at the like wanting to see him. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Seeing Grover Tully in this situation is really, they keep teasing him. They keep kind of talking about him. So it's true. I want to know when we're actually going to see him. And this story that they're telling reminds me of something. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. And as you can tell, I'm stalling for time here. Okay? I don't know what I'm doing here. I swear I'm not trying to do anything and save anything here. No, I'm not trying to do anything. Stop it, you thing. So yes, I would say next week. I would say the truth is probably by the end of the season we'll start to see some of this stuff come together and pull it out. Let's see. Where is that? Did I do it? Oh yeah. Okay. So do you know what this reminds me of? This. It reminds me of the monster at the end of the story. Eventually, Grover will come. I know I was going a long way for this bit, but it's not very fun. I just thought it would be visually better to show it rather than say it. So I do think what you're seeing here is a little bit of the monster at the end of the story. And the monster at the end of the story the whole time is going to be Grover. Greatest book ever. Fight me. Greatest fucking book ever. Greatest book ever. Okay. So yes, we're bringing in us to her anxiety. And we really, was that Julie that said that, or was that Sci-Fi Girl? I just want to give credit to who said it, but they're really bringing us into the anxiety. Did I make that up? Did I see that? Oh no, it was Sci-Fi Girl. Yeah, they were really bringing us into the anxiety for sure, and I felt it as someone that deals with my own anxiety issues. No shit, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that I might have anxiety? I don't know if you guys know that. But anyways. I thought they did an excellent job there. And I've said this 78,332 times tonight, and I'll say it 86,854 times. The actress that plays Alicent has some of the greatest acting eyes I've ever seen in my life. And they're very nice eyes as is. But I'm saying just in the way that she can emote without saying anything and without anything else going on in the scene. And they are playing to it more this season, and it's working. So, and this was probably the best example of it. She didn't do much either. She didn't move. Her face didn't change expression. A couple times it did, where she was sort of like, crispy? Feet pics? Crispy guy? Feet pics? I gave it to both of you. Like, what's going on here? Like she was having momentary things where she was sort of freaking out about that, where she's like, I didn't think you guys would do me like this, and I think she maybe expected it from the clubfoot because she hasn't been spying the feet pics, but I think she was relatively sure that Crispy was going to have her side, and Crispy is not on her anymore. Crispy is in a different place right now.
They call me Crispy Baby. I don't like Alicent. I am obsessed with dragons because I burn my went. I fell down like an asshole in the moss, you seems. I am a crispy baby. It is crispy dreams. Crispy, crispy, crispy cream. Crispy, crispy, crispy dreams. Ride on the baby because the baby is right. Crispy is the girl that's high. My ass is tight. I am crispy. Look at me in my outfit. I'm crispy. My hair looks hot. I want a dragon spawn. It is devil's rest. I said all Allison's features are the best. I said, I am crispy now.
So yeah, Crispy was feeling it in this moment and feeling the dragon energy, feeling what he saw. Following up from the last episode. Good stuff. Good character shit. Thank you, show. This is the stuff I like. Good character moments. Good character progression from episode to episode. Seeing that Crispy, even the idiot Crispy, being in that situation in the war, actually having a reaction to it. Good. Go, Crispy. Go. Bump up Golden Child. Agreed. Olivia Cook is killing it with this role. Been a fan of hers since I saw her in a Bates Motel with... Bates Motel is a show that... First season of that is so good. that it made me watch the rest of the show, even though the rest of the show wasn't perfect. And she was amazing on that show. I actually didn't know what I remembered her from. And in this off season, somewhere in the middle, I was like, someone said she was on Bates Motel. I'm like, oh, fuck. How did not place that? Isn't that like the kid that plays Norman Bates in that was Charlie in the Tim Burton Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Am I making that up? Or is that really a thing too? But great show. Bates Motel was done really awesome well. Especially that first season. I am a fan, Miss AK. Great character. Well liked. Is Grover and Elmo in the same species? Grover and Elmo the same? No. I don't think Grover and Elmo are the same species. I think Elmo is something that fell out of Grover's butt. Because fuck Elmo. I am Grover generation. Ever since Elmo showed up, it ruined Sesame Street because it took away what I liked. The Big Bird Grover age. The Oscar the Grouch, Bert Ernie. When Snuffleupagus was imaginary. When he mattered. Because he was imaginary. Now he's real. I don't like that Snuffy's real. It makes me angry. Yeah, that's right. I'm angry that Snuffleupagus is real. I realized I bumbled his name, but I've been drinking. It's a tough name. You'd bumble it too if you've been talking all by yourself for 2 hours. And not that I'm complaining. I like talking this long by myself. It makes me better on other people's streams. When I have an opportunity to just talk for 2 hours and 17 minutes by myself. But I like Snuffleupagus when he was fake, not real. Fake boy. The shot of Caracas behind Lord Bracken was platinum medal level, very reminiscent of Drogon's wings behind Daenerys. A lot of people like to talk about the final season of Game of Thrones and the bad stuff. I almost want to make a video at some point, all the great things, like unarguable great things in the final seasons of Game of Thrones. And there's a few. That shot of Daenerys with dragon wings behind her is one of them. I know it's a visual shot, not a script thing, but still, you don't celebrate victories as much as you punish defeats in everything. I think it's a good rule. I think it's easier to be harder on things that suck rather than to be positive on things that are good. Be equal on or I try to be equal on those things for my personal balance. Not everyone doesn't have to be anything. I'm not telling you to do shit. Fucking do your own fucking shit. Fuck you. Don't listen to me. I don't want you to do my thing, actually. Forget everything I just said. You're not allowed to do it. Fuck you. But that's what I try to do for myself. I try, but I don't succeed at it. I'm way more in the negative end. But that's like my mantra-y thing that I'm trying to do, and I suggest to other people when I'm trying to give them advice, and I really don't know what the fuck to do, and I'm trying to tell them, how to feel better about something. That's my go-to bullshit. I think that's the more truth of this. That's my go-to bullshit. So I'm passing my go-to bullshit on to you. I took what was a good thing and made it shit, didn't I? I made it shit. I got to do this on a live stage someday, don't I? No. Okay. Don't tell me how to live my life. Exactly, Spider's big balls of fury. I didn't. I'm telling you what to do. What kind of asshole am I? Call it in. 781-990-8509. Tell me I'm an asshole. Go ahead. I'll wait. Okay. So I'm going to drop a Theater Kid reference here. I would never go to Sesame Street. They're bogus and fake. I prefer Avenue Q. They're real about their porn addictions, if you know what I mean. Theater Kids unite. I'm sick, bird. I need some smack, bird. Correct, Phil. That was oh, okay. Thank you, AK. I was correct. Yeah, that was one of those big... Oh, my God. That's Charlie. He was born to look like Norman Bates. Okay, so Eamon, we go over to Hugh the Hammer and his family, sick kid. Should I go? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know enough about them to care yet, even though I know what happens with this guy. But that's who this is, if people are wondering why we spent time with him. There's some clues in this episode where it's going with him. I basically already said it tonight anyway, so whatever. But this guy will become more important later. So pay attention to him, I guess. Alicent walks over to Krispy Kreme. Do I have to? Well, no. I can't. I've had a lot of good Krispies tonight. I don't have to do another one. We'll just do this a little one. Allison... I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm too drunk. My rhythm's off. Allison walks up to Crispy. They call him Allison. She calls him Krispy Kreme. I've never seen it. So Allison walks up to Crispy. He says that aiming shit. I got to run this baby. And Crispy says no whip. I saw the dragon shit. She burned them all down. I own a faking baby clown. Eamon has to leave the world. He's got that dragon curl. I don't care if he is a scumbag. He's got a giant fucking dragon. What do you got? Well, you got that. Oh, I know what you got. You got me, and I got you, and I am crispy goo. Okay, so crispy goo. And that's that scene right there. So we go to the angry people that are all screaming around the doors, and they're trying to get out because I forgot to mention that in the last scene with Aemon, one of his declarations was no one can come in and out of the city. I wrote why, but you watched the episode, and if you didn't watch the episode, don't just watch me. I mean, I should rephrase. If you don't care about the episode and you're just watching me because you like watching the slow motion car wreck, well, I'm not really slow motion. You like watching the fast motion car wreck, then I appreciate that. But if you're watching this to learn about an episode you're never gonna watch, no, you're gonna watch the episode. So I don't have to get that deep into the conversation. You know the fucking conversation. So, but I forgot one thing that was pertinent. That Aemon said that no one can come in and out of the city. So we got the angry people trying to get out the doors, and the sick kid and Hugh the Hammers there's like trying to get the kid out. And okay, we got more. Jace comes out. Okay, Jace. Our next scene is Jace negotiating with the twins. We talked about the scene throughout the night. I don't really have to go into this too much more, but it was interesting. I thought it was a well shot scene. Visually, it looked great. I think that's one of the benefits of stopping at all these locations. Isn't just the member berries. It's the seeing them show these areas again that we've seen on the original series with the different budget and the production values of the new series that is better at making it in the sense of just having more money. The computer stuff is higher quality now, and you can just make it look slicker in some ways. It's similar to me and I'm not bringing House of the Dragon to this level as much as I'm loving it, but it's similar to me as watching Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad stuff, like early Breaking Bad, where you see that even if you are not a fan of Better Call Saul, the production values on the show are so high. Because the production team have been working together, and I know this is a different team, but HBO making Game of Thrones shows has been going on now for 9 seasons? No, 10 seasons. Yeah, 10 seasons. This is the 10th. That's an interesting thing. I mean, I'm big into numbers, like round numbers and stuff, so am I doing the math correctly? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, right? 8 seasons of the original series, and this is season 2. So at the end of this season, this will be 10 seasons of Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire stuff on television. That's pretty cool to think about it that way. So HBO they know how to make this shit, is what I'm saying. And the dragon budget is higher and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. There you go. What am I, the dad from My Greek Wedding? My Big Fat Greek Wedding? And there you go. I am declaring martial law. I call my Spider's great big balls of fury. Calls his penis Hugh the Hammer. That's a good name. It's a better name than my penis. I'm gonna hesitate to throw that in the live chat. I'll save this for an after dark. I have the stupid but it was when I was a kid. I named it when I was like 6 years old, and it stuck through my early years, where I would mention it out loud to my family. You know, like I'd have to say what my last name is because it was like it went with my last name. It was an alliteration with my last name, and my last name is an Issues Guy. But I guess if you watch the Sopranos streams, Matt says it a lot. If you're ever actually curious of what my real last name is, Matt, on the Sopranos streams, Matt will often say it. Okay, say my name, motherfucker. We'll have to see, won't we, Sonic, your boy? No. We'll have to see. No, they won't. Maybe. PP? Yeah, who named you PP? Who the fuck named you PP? Okay, so we got Jace doing all his things. More. Oh, Daemon tripping ass stuff. Alice Rivers shows up, looking at his hands, trying to put him back together again. You're right about the initial, John Haymaker. It's a W initial. Daemon and her flirt, sort of, whatever they're doing. And she basically gets in his head about thinking he should be the... I wish I had the Lion King stuff. I just can't wait to be king. Oh, God, I'm sorry. That sucked. Sorry, singing gods. And he's starting to feel himself and basically, or overcompensating, I should say. And how he's just going to take King's Landing. He earned it. And if Rhaenyra wants to come there and sit next to me on the throne, he also in a previous scene or a future scene, I might have missed it, so I don't want to miss the line because it's great. When he's talking to the strong guy, he's like, refer to me as king. I'm paraphrasing. Refer to me as king. Well, you're not the king. Well, I'm married to the queen. What would you call me? The king. Consort. Well, drop the consort. I love it. It was well done, very quick, very witty, very funny. Matt Smith, who I was not a fan of going into this series. I'm going to be clear about that. I'm not sorry as a Star Trek. Not saying you like Star Trek, you have to like Doctor Who, but I never liked Doctor Who. I could never quite get into it. I appreciate it. I know people love it. Love it. One of my former co-hosts, Taka John C, loves that show. It's one of his favorites. That's like his Star Trek to him. And one of my ex-girlfriends, friend of mine, Steph S, it's one of her favorite stuff too, and she's huge into that, like Red Dwarf and Star Trek and shit. I can't get into it. Like maybe because Quantum Leap copied it in some ways, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So I have that in my mind. No, I could just never get into it, and I never really liked Matt Smith, and he comes in here and changes my perspective. Bam. But I never got into the Doctor stuff. I just never did. I'm not saying it's bad. There's certain things I'll say, this is crap on a stick. Fuck you. Don't watch this shit because it's crap. But still, even then, I won't say that. But I'm saying those things I'll like say, I think it's bad. You can like bad stuff. My biggest insult would be, it's bad. You can like bad stuff, but we all know what it is. Something like that. But, I know people like Doctor Who, and I know they love it, and I get that it's a thing. It's like a band that you don't like, but you know it's good, and people like it. You don't think the band sucks. So, speaking of sucking, Daemon's sucking in the scene, being, I'm taking over king. I'm the man. So we get more Bracken's shit with Daemon as they all, they'll show up. Okay. Best scene of the episode coming up here. Corlys and his granddaughter with going back and forth, and basically AK was saying this. I'm just going to piggyback on a lot of what AK said at the end of her message there. And she's her mother. And they showed it up in the scene. I felt for Corlys. You're talking about feeling for somebody. He wants to give this place to somebody. And no one will take it. Jace, what happened to Luke and all of that. He just has no one to sort of grab in the situation. And who knows? Maybe someone will show up to take it. So just a beautiful scene between granddaughter and grandpa. This was the way. This was the way. Do you know, is Carla in the room? I'm glad Carla's here now because all the singing's done. So I don't have to embarrass myself for Miss Carla. Great to see Carla in the live chat. Great to see all of you popping on in here. So Corlys and the granddaughter, they talk. She explains, dude, I'm a dragon rider. I live, I want it, I ride it, I do it, I pump on it. It's awesome. It's the stuff. I am like Rhaenyra. We are both kind of in our own ways uncle fuckers?
Shut your fucking face, uncle fucker. You're a dragon Ryan lion, uncle fucker. You're an uncle fucker. Yes, it's true.
Okay, yeah, we already heard that one. We don't have to do that again. So Corlys, Corlys and the granddaughter, they just have a good scene, and he says, "Fuck no," or he asks her to take Driftmark, and she says, "Fuck no, I'm fire and blood, bitch. Keep your damn salt, shit. Give it to someone that cares about such things." And the amazing LT has come into the room. Sir LT, toast to you, my friend. Oh, Carla, you don't want to hear that. There was a lot of bad singing tonight earlier. Okay, I got to do this at the end. I know we don't have as many people. Let's end this poll here, but I want to create the poll. Was Daemon's dream? I'm creating another poll because I honestly don't know, and I'm curious what people think. I'm gonna spell Daemon's. Could someone write Daemon Targaryen's name in the live chat so I don't have to try to spell it? No, I'm kidding. Throw it in there. I gotta learn to spell it. Daemon Targaryen. No. But I'm very curious about this. And who was? Give me 1 second here. Who was Daemon? Here we go. Sorry. Oh, my radio silence. Don't do radio silence.
Shut your fucking face, uncle fucker. You're the one that fucked your uncle fucker. You don't eat or sleep, just have some spawn and fuck your uncle all night long. What's that over there? I don't know. Oh, it's just the Targaryens inbreeding again. It's so typical. Which ones are at it again now? At least they're not on a boat. Rhaenyra, it's Daemon. Oh, that's exciting. I don't think it's exciting, but Rhaenyra is now. She is. Shut your fucking face, uncle fucker. Shut your fucking face, uncle fucker.
I mean, this should have been the question all night. It should have been, who is Daemon playing with in his dream, mom or sister-in-law? There we go. I'm a hardcore Trekkie, but most people... Hi, everybody. I don't think I spelled anyone's names right tonight. I don't think I pronounced anyone's name right tonight. It's been one of those nights. It's been going through each... I think we prefer Geeson said. My dad's side of the family's last name is Brackens. Good to know that my ancestors were in the House of Dragons and fighting in some Hatfield and McCoy situation, driving around. And then I'm going to say, our poll question right now is, who is Daemon with? I'm going to say it was mom. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, Daemon. Yes, baby. Hey, Daemon.
Yes, Mom.
Hey, baby, wanna you sit on my lap, mommy? Sit on my lap, my baby.
Oh, Daemon.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, Daemon.
Yes, Mom. I wanna touch you in that special spot. You smurf me on your tit. Wanna negotiate your mind down back. Wanna negotiate and drive my bit. Hey, mama.
Yes, Daemon.
Won't you sit on my motherfucking lap?
Hey, Mama.
Yes, Daemon.
Won't you sit on my motherfucking lap? What's that?
It's a kitty cat sitting in the corner watching us do the deed. He doesn't know what my name is. I'm Daemon Targaryen. I'm the dragon seed. So, I mean, I'm going to say it was the mom. That's my vote. That was my vote right there. I'm saying it's the mom. So let's continue here on this adventure. We're almost done here on this. We're almost done with the recap. So let's continue. It was his mama. Carlos is his mama. Mama. Vote the mama. Sis-in-law, Sonic. I don't think I spelled anyone. I didn't do anything. So Brackens versus Daemons. The Corlys and the granddaughter talk. We already talked about that. Alfred comes in and Rhaenyra sends him to Harrenhal. And he's like, I'm fired, right? You hate me. And she's like, I kind of hate you. You're kind of a douchebag. Yeah, I mean, you're calling me, but you served my dad right. You served me right. You're kind of cool. I like people that aren't just yes people. So I appreciate what you're doing for me. Go to Harrenhal and try to reason with Daemon. And he's like, do you want me to die? No, go for it. And it's a good scene between the two of them. It's good completion of the stuff that they've been setting up the last couple of episodes with them. Could have dealt with one or two less scenes of the small council arguing and all of that went with this completion of this. But I like the conclusion of it. This was a good scene between two characters. Woo. Okay. So where are we in this situation? Okay, so he's going to go there, find out Daemon's intentions, and raise a host for himself or raise a host for me, because Rhaenyra is starting to feel Daemon might be going for himself in this situation. And then he asks her if he has any last question or anything she wants him to express to Daemon. And she just says, I'd like to finish our last conversation. So we go off to another Big Lebowski Daemon situation. Daemon is here and he's waking up, and all the Riverland folks are there, and the Brackens and the Brackwood stuff, and it just all reaches ahead. I must admit, I lost track because of the way this was being edited to make me feel off balance. So it was hard to take notes in this moment, but it was intense, and it really built up all of it. Daemon trips out as everyone's starting to notice Daemon tripping out in this scene, and then it just turns around bad where people run out, and this is just, there's no winning with these Hatfields and McCoys here. Rhaenyra gets her hair combed. Yeah. Okay, the White Worm is there. The White Worm's minion is there. We flash over the King's Landing. Excuse me. The White Worm's, you'd be thankful that I cough buttoned that. So White Worm's minion is there, and she gets in the front gates of King's Landing. By there, I mean King's Landing. Because of the White Worm, it's easy to slip in. She's going to start her Whisper campaign. She's going to get on the app Whisper and start a campaign. And she finds somebody to talk to. So we see Aemon looking at the throne. This was a very, very good shot and a very good scene. Was close to my favorite. I mentioned what my favorite was earlier, but this was another really awesome scene. Maybe one of my favorite Aemon scenes so far. And Helena was great in it too. And Aemon looking at the throne, the way the throne looks in this show is so fucking cool. And his sister comes in and gives him the look like, I know what you did, brother. Listen, brother. Was it worth it? Was it worth that price? Are you okay, Lotus? Okay, good girl. Was it worth the price? And he just gets this look like, And then we flash over to Aegon, who is alive. And as we mentioned earlier, he is alive. He's not looking good. He's looking very Harvey Two-Faced right now. It's not a good situation for him. It's a bad situation. It's bad. He's bad. It's like, I'm bad. I don't feel good. Mommy. And he walks out of there, and it's sad. We see Rhaenyra. Jace is home. Rhaenyra is looking at stories about Visenya, and we hear about the twins, the Freys. Rhaenyra's pissed that she can't fight, and she's like, it gives Jace some really hollow praise here. This is one of those, if you get a compliment like this, tell this person to go fuck themselves. She's like, I can't do anything, and even you do something. If someone says to you like this, that's not a compliment for what you're doing. That's a fuck you, douchebag. So, talks about Daemon a little bit as well. If all else fails, we get a little dragon Pokemon stuff. This dragon beats this dragon. This dragon won't beat this dragon. We got two dragons that can beat this dragon. This is the scene that kind of gets set up. Jace comes up with the idea. He mentions we get two dragons that are big enough to fuck with Vhagar. Ultimately, this scene turns into, as I said, dragon Pokemon, which I don't mind. It turns into, well, we have this dragon. We have this dragon and this dragon. Well, this dragon came with this dragon. This dragon can't dragon. If this dragon can't kill this dragon, but I've got this dragon that can kill this dragon. But he's got Vhagar. I'm Vhagar. Oh, you got Vhagar. I got Vhagar. You got Vhagar. I got Vhagar. What about this one over there? What about this one over there? I don't know this one over there. I mean, it's just like it's going and going and going. This one will beat this one, but it ultimately culminates to Jace getting an idea. And he says, well, there's, other Targaryens around. We could try some other dragon riders. You know what I'm saying? And Rhaenyra's like, what do you want, a mouse or a Tully riding a dragon? That's just stupid. What are you talking about? It's stupid. I also saw another funny moment in this where Jace was saying about how Valyrian history seems to favor them. And I got to admit, even though I know he's a Targaryen, he's half strong and the seed is strong, when he's talking about Targaryen and Valyrian stuff, because he's dark hair, I don't always take it as seriously. But anyways, Jace kind of puts this all together and says, we got two dragons that are just as big as Vhagar. They could fuck with them. We got if we find people that can ride those dragons, we got some stuff. We can do it. We can do it. I thought I wrote the dragons. Anyways, so the episode ends as we kind of tease into what we're going to see towards the end of the season. And I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm buzzing and I might spoil things I don't want to spoil. So, and that's basically our end of our episode of House of the Dragon. What an episode. What a season. We have 3 more episodes left. Let me save that because I wrote some notes on there. And this has been a lot of fun getting to come out here every week and babble to you guys and get back into a rhythm of doing a show every week. And I will be back for the next 3 weeks. I don't see anything in my schedule that's going to interrupt being back for the next 3 weeks. Knock on wood. I shouldn't say that because I'm going to end up breaking my neck or some shit like that. Doing a lot of summer bullshit of screaming at live audiences. I'm doing summers. I do a lot of live performances. One act silly show for kids at summer camps and daycares where I'm all over the place. But but I have every Monday off in July just to be able to finish off this series. I specifically scheduled my show because I didn't want to miss getting to talk about House of Dragon with you awesome folks. So it's been a great season so far. I'm excited. Let's take a couple more live chats. Let me scroll through the live chat and see if I missed anything of interest. Let's see. Antoine Thomas. Hey, Phil, do you think... I'm not sure I can play that track right now, my friend, but we will see. I can play this, my theme. Thank you for my theme song. Thank you for my theme song, Phil. I've never seen someone break their neck by screaming. But listen, Spiders, big brawls of fury. I could definitely break my neck doing anything. I am a klutz. I am what would happen if Gilligan, it did happen. Gilligan, Goofy, and Charlie Brown all, made a love child somehow. I don't know how the science worked. Don't tell me about the science. It doesn't matter about the science. It really happened. And that's who I am. Exactly, Carla. You gotta kind of schedule your stuff, especially if you had any control on it. And I'm doing all my shows in the summer areas in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday actually. So I fixed my schedule so I have actually Mondays and Fridays off, which I didn't last summer. I scheduled it all over the fucking place. But the way July worked this month, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. I basically am going to 2 schools every day, to summer camps and schools, and it's a 45-minute. Essentially, it's a stand-up comedy show for kids with music instruments that you take a frog named Larry to different countries and you learn about different musical instruments in each country. And each time you stop in a different place, you learn about as you're looking for Larry's daddy. Don't worry, sweetie. I'll bring you out in a second. That's why I'm trying to wrap things up. Lotus is giving me the look. She's like, "It's time to go, Phil." Is it time to go? I don't know if it's time to go. Is it time to go, Lotus? It's time. Lotus, do you want a Lotus cam? What are you doing, girl? Is she stalking me? There she is. There you made it onto the cam, Lotus. Okay, so what actor would you like to see? Who would I like to see be a random? I want to see a Klingon ride a dragon. I want to see Michael Dorn show up. That's right, Worf from Star Trek: Next Generation. And oh, good, she lied down. I want to see Worf from Star Trek: Next Generation, and I want to see a Klingon ride a dragon. That's what I want. I can imagine it. I can see it in my mind's eye. She did. She was ready for that close-up. Mrs. DeVille. Is that Miss DeVille? Ready for my close-up, Mrs. DeVille. Is that... I don't know what the hell I just said there. I don't think I said anything. I think I said zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my oh my, what a wonderful bleh. I want to see Jesse Pinkman. Dragons, bitch! That would be a good one. I would do that one. I would touch that one. Where is my Deep Space Nine thing? Oh, it's in the other room because I had Joe and the boys here for poker last night. Calling everyone a dummy, Mad Sinister. You big dummies! Riding dragon back. I'm coming to see ya. You big dummy. I want to see George R.R. Martin on a dragon. I'm surprised he doesn't. I'm sure he has something where he was on Game of Thrones set where he has some CG stuff with him riding a dragon. If I wrote this shit, I'd have to have that happen to me too. Let's be true here. I'm going to finish my drink and we'll call this a stream. So, you have any questions, you want to push me in any directions, does not have to be Song of Ice and Fire oriented. You can literally ask me any questions. If you are watching this for House of Dragon on your own, please walk away for the last 5 to 10 minutes here. But, because we'll probably be talking about some other stuff. So, anyone, Elizabeth, I'm coming for you. Thank you. Elizabeth! Sheep stealers coming for you! Wouldn't get off the ground. Nettles next episode, I hope, because it seems like Bridge 4, Tony Teflon and I were talking about this earlier on Tony's channel on the pre-show. They specifically only mentioned 2 of the dragons, and they've only introduced us to I'm not going to do any spoilers. I can't. I'm going to stop right there. But all I'm saying is I hope that this isn't what happens. I hope we actually get her character. But I don't know if we're going to get this team. Excuse me 1 second while I read some chat. What are you playing, you idiot? George Clooney would be a great Dragon Rider. Jason Bourne, episode 6. You have the leaks too, dude, don't you? I saw that on the leaks. Good job. Good job, free folk. So, I'm not saying our minds are paying. Your mind is escaping while your land is equating. But you let your brain let it go. Let your brain escape and let it go. Shut up. Okay, Sir Alfred Bates. My life is equating my mission. You find your days on the weekly edition. Okay, shut up, idiot. No one wants to hear your crap. Okay, so... is that Ween? Thank you. Oh my god, Spider's Big Balls. Thank you. That's a demo song that I'm working. It hasn't quite become a song yet. And I'm listening to it to try to see where I want to take the song. And I'm drunk enough to play it for you guys. But it's not a completed song. But thank you. Ween is one of my favorite bands. Underrated band. If you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend watching the Live at Red Rocks performance that has Ween, Primus, and DVDA, which is Matt Stone and Trey Parker, for the 30th anniversary or the 20th anniversary. I'm old, probably 30th anniversary of South Park. They did a live performance on Red Rocks, like a 45-minute show. I think it was 2 nights that they edited together, the best performances of everything. But really awesome thing, and got to see like Primus and Ween jamming together, which was really fucking cool. It's okay, Jackie C. Cobra Kai. Oh, it's this week. I gotta fucking buy Netflix. It's this week. Oh, fudge up a poopy does. Yeah, I gotta get my Netflix subscription up to date so I can do a Cobra Kai binge watch. Yeah, Ween is amazing. I've seen Ween live a bunch of times. Dean Wiener is the best. So my current rock band, even we're definitely, whether we're not in the same level, obviously, but we're very Ween influenced. I would say would be the best way. Mad, I'm about to crash anyway too. I'm just finishing my drink. Thank you so much. You're not gonna miss much here at the end. Thank you for riding with me on this recap. I appreciate it. We got Jackie C. We got Carla in the live chat popping on over here at the end. We got Muhammad, my brother from another mother, in the live chat. Sci-Fi Girl, the spider's great big balls of fury riding down on my pants. We got Mad Sinister. Have a good night. The lovely Carla Wade. I keep saying Wade. I know it's Wade, but you know, I'm adding the D just because, you know, honestly, because I know what I know about you at the point, you don't really care. Like, you're like, call me Wade. I don't care. I'm like, what the fuck? Do whatever the fuck you gonna do. Like, I know you know it. You can read. You're drinking. I'm drinking. I mean, you're probably not drinking because it's probably like 9 in the morning when you're watching this somewhere. I don't know what time it is. Hey, Alexa, what time is it in Australia? Oh, it has multiple times. Of course it does. But whatever. I'm saying it's probably in the morning or something. So you're probably not drinking right now, Carla. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Ween is a huge influence for me. I obviously, it's more with my guitar player too, because he plays a little bit, like with his solo style is a little bit. I know personally. I know he says it. He's influenced by Ween. So in the songs he writes, so a lot of the songs you hear that I play, as much as I'm the one vocalizing on it, it's my cousin Craig that's writing all the songs and playing the guitar solos that you hear with these silly songs. So he's the talent of the two of us, but he's even more Ween influenced than I am. Like this is a song. Like, I mean, straight up, the chorus of this song, "Bananas and AIDS," but it's like I'm copying two Ween songs right there, like copy, like "Bananas and AIDS," dun dun dun, HIV, dun dun dun, AIDS, and "Bananas and Cheese." Is that what like an album? One of Ween's albums is called "Bananas and Cheese," I believe. So it's like I'm not even pretending to copy Ween in the song. You know, so I'm not saying it's a Ween sounding song, but it's now let's listen to the guitar. Now let's listen to the actual person that can play music and listen to him play a guitar solo. So yes, I'm definitely a big Ween fan. I mean, I can't help it just from the age I grew up in. Someone said some of the stuff that like that 90s era, which is a lot of a refoundation of 70s rock. As much as, you know, grunge is grunge, and it's, you know, people want to group that in. I think it's a lot of that was brought, you know, blues rock jam, bringing it back and just adding some distortion to it and stuff in some ways. You know, is coming out of the 80s metal stuff and some of the other music that was going on in that era that bridged the gap between that and that. But, and, you know, yeah, bands like Jane's Addiction and Guns N' Roses that kind of merge those sounds, the 80s glam metal sound with the more 90s Seattle sound that existed. And with that Seattle sound, there were so many bands that weren't from Seattle that I would group in that list that even have different vibes. You know, my favorite band from that era isn't even a grunge band. It's Blind Melon is my favorite band, and everyone knows all I can change, that my life is pretty plain. But they have so many other great songs. I almost want to fuck this whole stream up right now and just start playing Blind Melon songs because of how much I love them. But if you haven't gone down like a rabbit hole and all you've heard is No Rain, I highly recommend listening to their full albums because most of their songs sound nothing like No Rain. They're more of like a funk hippie soul band in some ways, and especially all the stuff on Soup and Nico Blue and some of the stuff on their first album too gets very soulful. And you can just feel the 60s, 70s rock influence with them. And obviously, even though I'm not the biggest fan, Pearl Jam is basically the Stonesy, you know, like the two guitars and all that sort of sound. You know, I would say that more the grungy thing that people think of, you know, Nirvana, Mother Love Bone, you know, like that kind of sound. But there was no grunge sound. I mean, even Alice in Chains is very guitar-heavy, guitar soul stuff. Soundgarden, Chris Cornell sounds like Robert Plant and stuff. I mean, it doesn't sound like anybody, but, you know, they're both those belty kind of singers. So I do think there's a lot of comparative tissues. And then a band like Jane's Addiction, as I mentioned, I think they really sort of literally bridge the gap between hair metal band and alternative music. And developed all of that with, you know, the start of Lollapalooza. You know, Lollapalooza got created because of Jane's Addiction, the first ones, and then all of that type of stuff. Anyways, blah blah blah. I could, for good or for bad, I could talk about this bullshit forever. Ocean Man, great song. Blind Melon is Blind Melon is literally my probably one of my top 3 or 4 bands of my favorites. I'm not gonna say they're the greatest band of all time, but I think this is a big thing with music. I'm a little bit Jack Black and John Cusack and High Fidelity douchey in music with you know, I'm a typical musician. You talk with other musicians with your little douchey attitudes, you know, like you try to like everything, but you know, you go and you see the band sucks, you know, fuck that, you know, and it translates a little bit, but I try to be try to be all right with that stuff, but it happens. But Blind Melon is one of my favorite bands. I wouldn't call them one of the greatest bands of all time, or even the greatest bands of that era. I think some of the other bands that I mentioned tonight, you could argue, had more influential music, more hits, more deep cuts, more everything. You know, it's hard to compare a band like Blind Melon, especially when they only had 2.5 or 2 in an album that came out, postmortem album, and I mean they kept going, but it's hard to compare that necessarily with some of these other groups. But, you know, but I could also say who I think are the greatest rock bands, like talent-wise in the band, from members beginning to end, and get more specialized from a more quantitative standpoint of like, oh, Led Zeppelin's the greatest band of all time because, you know, each instrumental man, you know, John Paul Jones is one of the top 5 bass players of all time. John Donne is one of the top 3 rock drummers of all time, and Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, you know, like that kind of shit. No, stupid douchebag musician shit. In fact, we've lost friendships in arguments about that kind of stuff. You know, like how good Jeff Beck is. There's these kids that I love. I'm gonna preface what I'm saying. I'm a conga player. I love Santana. We went to a show that Jeff Beck and Carlos Santana played at. People that know guitars, we all love Carlos, right? We do. Carlos was great. Jeff Beck was great. Rest in peace, both. Jeff Beck is like disgusting good on guitar. Like disgusting good. And on stage, you don't beat Jeff Beck. People feel like tuning this shit out, but whatever. It's the end of the show. I'm drunk. You don't beat Jeff Beck when he's cutting heads on stage with you. I don't care if you're Ralph Macchio and you made a deal with the devil. I don't care if you're Steve Vai and you got the harmonica player on your side over there in the crossroads. I don't care whoever the F you are. Maybe Jimmy Page on his best day could challenge him. Hendrix could challenge him. There's a couple of other people could battle him one-on-one and make it a great fight. But you're not beating Jeff Beck. Sorry. Nigel Tufnod could Nigel's based on Jeff. For me anyways. He is the most technically efficient guitar player I've ever seen in my life. But I'm biased, but that's my opinion. And we went to a show where this kid, Dave, we'll call him Dave. I mean, that's his name, but I won't say his last name. I was in a band with him. And Santana played, and he got called up on stage with Santana. Like, he was just in the front row, and they put him on stage and got to play a conga drum on stage. And he started to drink the juice, right? And he was like, he got really like, you can't. Carlos Santana's the greatest guitar player of all time, and anyone who tries to argue that is not my friend anymore. And like, we're just like, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. And it turned into the biggest argument you could possibly imagine. It's so stupid talking about it now, but it turned into like what seemed like a 17,000 day argument that never ended about who and destroyed friendships. But that's how things are when you're like, I mean, and that was last week. I mean, I've grown a lot since then, but. For me, Jimmy Page in the studio is the greatest guitar player. But live, you put him on stage, live playing, he can be sloppy. And I've seen Zeppelin a bunch of times. Zeppelin is the greatest band of all time. The greatest. Number one. Their songs, the way they write songs, the way they jam, because of their rhythm section. Jimmy Page can sound good no matter what he does. Jimmy Page, half the 70s, he was so high on smack, he wasn't in key half the time when he was playing, but he did it in the studio. But if you listen to the Zeppelin bootlegs, Jimmy Page is like out there. I think where Jimmy Page is better than a lot of people is riff writing. I think technically playing, he is as good as Jeff Beck at his best days, but what makes Jimmy Page better is producing and songwriting. What made Zeppelin so good is they not only had they had two of the greatest producers of all time with John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page. Both of them are such good producers that you couldn't make a bad record. And you don't have to sell me on Jimmy Page. I think he is the best songwriting riff guy ever of all time. And I think he's top 5 greatest guitar player, maybe even top 3. Yeah, my top 3 would be Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, and Jimi Hendrix in no particular order, except for Jeff Beck's number 1. Hendrix and Page change for me depending on who I'm listening to in the moment. But Jimmy Page, when it takes the cake, because as much as I like Hendrix Experience and Band of Gypsies, as much as I really do like Jeff Beck Band and like all of Jeff Beck's Guitar Shop stuff and Blow by Blow, his solo guitar albums, Jimmy Page wrote 90% of Led Zeppelin's music. John Paul Jones wrote a bunch, and I'm sure Plant sung some stuff that Jimmy Page wrote to, and I know Bonham wrote 1 or 2 songs, but 70 to 90% of Led Zeppelin's music. And he produced all of their albums except for their last one because he was too high on smack. And like 52 pounds. He went down from like 170 pounds to 52 pounds. So I'm actually due to do a Zeppelin trip podcast. I did a Beatles one, and I think I did a Pink Floyd one, but I'm due for a Zeppelin one. But Plant and Page had off nights. The thing that made Zeppelin great live and made them, unbelievable in the studio, but unbelievable live, was the fact that John Paul Jones and John Bonham, God bless his drunk ass, never were off. So it made it so the other guys had an easy job. Let me jump in the live chat for a second because we got a super chat donation. Thrash. Thank you, Thrash. Discovered this channel just before season 6 of Game of Thrones. I binge watched the first 5 seasons to watch your live streams at one time. Thank you so much, and you're here now. It's amazing for you. I'm going to finish this drink for you. I don't know what that does, except for makes me fall down and talk about more music. Sci-Fi Girl Jackie, walk like an Egyptian. The cornier, the better. Phil, your cousin shreds guitar. Thank you. I'll play one more of his songs. I'm lucky to have him in my band. Jimmy Page is a beast on them strings. Gatekeeping about bands was a real thing. Me too, Jackie C. I was in similar circles, and I was in circles with kids that were like, my friend Will and his brother Jeremy. There were guys that were like, we only like bands like Velvet Underground or Sebadoh or Sonic Youth. Every other band sucks. You know, Aerosmith's too good, so they suck. You know, like, she's cheesy. And then they were in some amazing noise rock bands. We had like a whole little noise rock scene, and some of those guys got pretty successful at it. Like toured around the country for 10, 15 years to like small club shows, but like still like when you can sell out small club shows, going around and perpetuate your tour. Like that's the thing with playing music. There's many different ways you can get into it. You can make it, quote unquote. You know, there's like what I do with like kids shows. I go to kids shows and performances, or some people that perform at weddings and parties and bar mitzvahs and shit like that. But you're performing, you're getting paid for it. You're like, I'm fucking doing it. But then there's people that I know, like my friend Chris, Jeremy, all those dudes. There's a bunch of them that what they did was just, well, they used to make cassette tapes. And an underground scene just sort of sold all those cassette tapes and built an underground audience that would come out to see them at local areas all over the country. And then they book a small club, but sell out the small club, and then go around and then perpetuate and get paid super good and just make enough to go to each location and just keep touring around. They did that, like I said, for 10 to 15 years, maybe even close to 20. And then they only stopped because one of them got married and had to get change his life around a little bit, and the other dude got a good job at a venue that they were working to run sound. So he's like, I can still play shows here. I just not touring around, and I'm making more money, and all you have to do is do sound for So it was a good deals for both of them. But they got hired by people that were fans of their music, and now they're both making. Working in music, different music stuff, making good money, and that's making it. And it's not your songs that you never hear these guys. You never hear their songs on the radio or hear their MP3s or see a video by them or some shit like that. But they're out there performing every night and making enough in small clubs. All pre-COVID stuff. I don't know if you can do this stuff still. I think now you have to be in a tribute band to make money live. You can't make any money live in an original band. But yeah. Music's a big part, and I have had a lot of fun playing it. And yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about now. I'm literally just babbling, and I don't want to go to bed yet. My mom, her cousin, would always have VIP packages for Poison. Unskinny, bop, 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 bop. I don't even want to think about what they were doing right there. I've seen Rock of Love. I know exactly what they were doing. Thrash. I like the Scorpions, REO Speedwagon, and Johnny from Cobra Kai love. Yeah. And when is actually Cobra Kai starting? Is it this week? People are saying. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness my. I have to purchase Netflix immediately tomorrow. Oh man, I'm going back to the 80s mood. Skating rings. Oh yes, the Roller Palace. You guys have the roller skating around to the music and shit. Dancing, slow dance, roller skating when looking around for someone to dance with. Oh, amazing. Slash is amazing. I'll give Slash his flowers. Great. And I'll also say what was amazing about the early Guns N' Roses stuff was the synergy between him and Izzy Stradlin. They both played really well together, similar to Joe Perry and Brad Whitford in Aerosmith. There's just a great crossover of guitars. A lot of their solos and a lot of the music in some of the early Guns N' Roses, you'd be surprised, is Izzy and not Slash. They work so well together. But Slash, one of the most iconic soloists. I feel like him and David Gilmour are some of the best with picking notes and doing slow solos. But David Gilmour being the best at it. I feel like Eric Clapton has David Gilmour's nickname. David Gilmour should be called a slow hand. Pink Floyd is my favorite band. Not the best band of all time. My favorite band is Pink Floyd. It always has been, probably always will be. And David Gilmour, for me, when I'm listening to a guitar solo, he can play it like you can sing the solo. And I appreciate that about him as a musician and as a performer. And that's why I like it. And I just like the lyrics as well. I feel like amazing lyricism mixed with that. But, you know, I'm not going to say they're the greatest band of all time. Zeppelin's a better band. Straight up. But let me start to wrap this up. Let me catch up. Limbo in the skating ring. Yep. Can't believe Cobra Kai is starting. About time. Best of all time. Aerosmith or Queen. Between those two bands, I mean, talent-wise in the band, it's hard because if we're doing Freddie Mercury versus Steven Tyler as a frontman, I mean, it ultimately comes down to that, right? Because I think the rest of the band, you could pick a wash in some ways. I like Aerosmith better personally. I'm from Boston. Maybe I'm biased. But I think Freddie Mercury is a better vocalist than Steven Tyler, even though I think Steven Tyler is one of the best vocalists there's ever been. If I was making a top 5 lead singers of all time, quickly, top 5 lead singers of all time, would be Robert Plant, Freddie Mercury. I'm having trouble not putting John Lennon and Paul McCartney right there. Prince, Michael Jackson, but I gotta take Prince and Michael out of this because it's rock band stuff. James Brown, can't do it. Can't take James out. He's in bands. Can't take James out. I can't do that to James. Can you? But no, just straight up like rock music singers. It's Freddie and Robert Plant. I mean, I'm not going to put Robert Daltrey on that list. I'm not a Who fan. Some people might. I wouldn't. Joplin, Morrison, Steven Tyler, all are people. Ozzy. I'll put him in this list too somewhere. I'm not making the list, but I'm throwing some people out there. Chris Cornell would definitely belong in discussions for something like this. I'm young, so I like Aerosmith more. Freddie versus Steven is it's a hard one. I think Freddie versus Steven is not as cut and dry as you might think. But if I was making a top lead singer list, I would be Robert Plant number 1, Freddie Mercury number 2, Steven Tyler number 3, classic rock one, Paul McCartney number 4, and Perry Farrell number 5. I'm a big Perry guy. I would say that's Shannon Hoon. Shannon Hoon would be my top 10, but I don't think I think I have to give it to Perry over him, even though I like Blind Melon better. But I'm not saying my favorite. That would be my top. My top 3 for me would be Mercury, Plant, Steven Tyler in different orders depending on your tastes. Plant's number 1 for me. He just has that voice I can't get out of my head when I think of rock music. It's because Zeppelin is it for me. When it comes, not it for me, but I think there's plenty of people you could put in this list and put that names. Ooh, Stevie Nicks, amazing voice. Still holds up too. She still sounds incredible. She sings things down a key a little bit, but it doesn't fucking matter. She still has such great. So does everybody. So that Plant sings it 2 steps down now. When he's singing stuff with Alison Krauss, and in the Plant and Page tour, they brought everything. People don't know what I'm talking about, but bring everything down a whole step on a piano. You know, if you people that know piano, like each section of a piano or whatever. I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but everything getting a little lower so they can sing in better voices. But Stevie Nicks is absolutely a great pick. I'm gonna put Carla Way on that list right there. No, Bono. I'm not a big U2 fan, but if we're talking iconic frontmen, Let's do another list. Iconic frontmen. Bono deserves on that list. Let's do iconic or top frontmen of the 90s here quick. In that era, late in the 80s, 90s. As much as I'm not a big fan of U2 or Bono, except for Sunday Bloody Sunday, the great song, I would say great song, Sunday Bloody Sunday. But I don't really, and I think U2 has a couple songs here and there pop up that I'm like, that's a good song. There's other ones that I can't quite think of. It's a beautiful day. If I didn't hear that 70,000 times, it's a good song. But best frontmen of the 90s era type stuff. I mentioned Shannon Hoon. I think it's hard to not say Chris Cornell's number one. I mean, even if you're not a Soundgarden fan, the fact that he did it with two bands, Soundgarden and Audioslave, and Chris Cornell solo stuff, Maynard from Tool and Perfect Circle would probably be on that list as well. Eddie Vedder would have to be in the discussion, of course. You would have to throw in Lane Staley. I'll throw Shannon Hoon in that mix too. You got a lot of great singers of that day. Jack Black, Tenacious D is amazing. Don't get me started on Jack Black, on how incredible of a vocalist and how much amazing energy. Two of my favorite bands of all time are Tenacious D and Flight of the Conchords, and I got to see them together. Great fucking bands. Great fucking bands. But Bradley Noel, Jack Black, great performer. Fucking what's his name from In Living Color? It's called to Personality. Vernon Reed's the guitar player, but so many great vocalists of that era. And let me put that. Yeah, even though I'm not a Pearl Jam fan except for their first two albums, and I really like Versus and 10, but I don't really like anything after that. You can't deny their longevity and consistency and Eddie's influence as a vocalist and consistency as a vocalist. I can shit on Pearl Jam all I want, but give the fucking devil his due. You know, their first two albums are fucking really good. 10 and Versus. I still listen to those two albums. They're really awesome. I listen to those albums more than I listen to Nirvana stuff, and I was more into Nirvana at the time. And not the Nirvana you guys would know off the top of your head. It would be as much as Nevermind and In Utero and the Unplugged stuff was really cool. This is me being there. It's like what I'm going to say about the Chili Peppers in a second. I got in the Chili Peppers at Uplift Mofo Party Plan. I am, not that Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I got into Metallica at Kill 'Em All. With Nirvana, I got into Nirvana at like Incesticide and Bleach shit. And when they were more of a noise rock band. And then seeing them sort of switch around and same with like Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. I had a friend, this girl Francesca, that was lived out in Seattle for a while. So before any of those bands hit, she kind of came out with cassette tapes and mixtapes that she made from myself, my friend Will, and Jason and Nick, who were all in this band called Shattered Image at the time, to play us that stuff before it sort of hit the scene. It was like akin to somebody going to Japan and getting a copy of Super Mario Brothers 3 before it came out, a year before it came out, just to be like, oh, check this stuff out. And it was mind-blowing at the time. Same with the Chili Peppers. As much as everyone knows the Chili Peppers from Blood Sugar Sex on, like the emo Peppers, the tell me baby, what's your story? You guys may never know, earlier tonight when I was doing the undercover Hey Damon.
Yes, Mom.
Hey Damon.
Yes, Mom.
When I was doing that stupid bullshit, I'm basically copying the Chili Peppers on their first album. It's like, hey baby, sit on daddy's lap, give mama a kiss, girl. When they were just this like scummy bunch of fucking like crazy punk funk idiots. And that's the Chili Peppers I like. I like the Chili Peppers that are punk and funk and skunk and like wearing socks on their cock and falling all over themselves and shit like that. I don't really like emo Peppers. And they used to be one of my favorite bands forever. That's another thing. And I guess I'll end on this thought because I've been on for 3 hours and 22 minutes. Or almost 3 hours. And I'll take a couple more comments in the live chat and then we'll call this. Do you ever have a band that you're into? You get into that band before anybody else? Well, hi. Hey, guys. Lotus. Sorry, honey. She's like, let me out, damn it. And then they become more mainstream, and then you get pissed off because their music changes or their style changes, and everyone else gets into them. Chili Peppers are that for me. Everyone has a band like that or a thing like that. Something, not everyone. I have that. I'm sure some people do too. These things that you're into that you discover, you feel like you're the one that discovered it, and the next thing you know, everyone's liking it, and the band changes, and you're like, this band sucks now. Fucking sucks. Chili Peppers suck. By the way, sucks. Listen, Carla. What are you talking about? Watch yourself. You get it? Got it? Good? That's right. Yo, camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 2. Hi, camera 1. Yeah, hey. Actually, that's an odd angle. I have to move in a little bit. I don't know. Well, I don't want you guys to know what I'm doing below my... No, I'm kidding. I grew up in the Bay Area. Discovering things happen to me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm an underbridged Chili Pepper. To me, Sci-Fi Girl... Excuse me. The greatest era... That's the problem with Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It's the greatest album. It's one of the greatest albums of all time. It's similar to the Metallica Black Album. Metallica Black Album is one of the best Metallica albums. It really is. As much as I love Ride the Lightning, I love Injustice for All, I love Kill 'Em All, I love when they were a band that I used to mosh to and kick the shit out of my friends with Anthrax and Subpatera and Pantera and Helmet and all that sort of shit. We used to just move furniture out and literally beat the shit out of each other as in rooms. Like, that was what we did. We'd leave school, go to my friend Will's house or Nick's house, move the furniture, put on Pantera and Helmet and Anthrax and early Metallica and Megadeth and all that sort of shit. We were totally Beavis and Butthead. And we would just literally beat the living shit out of each other. Not quite Fight Club. There weren't challenges, but we would we would get bloody and shit. And we would beat the living shit out of each other to that music. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. No, and I liked early Metallica. But the Metallica Black Album, similar to Blood Sugar Sex Magic, in my mind, is some of the best music those bands made. But the problem was their music style changed after that. Obviously, John left after the success of Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It was too big for him. And then Dave Navarro joined the band, and there was like a hybrid Jane's Addiction Chili Pepper thing. And then when he left, John came back. There was more of a emo style. He was influenced, and John Frusciante said that. I was influenced by bands like Dashboard Confessional and that kind of shit. And I wanted to bring that energy into the Chili Peppers. And they kind of tried to recreate but Soul to Squeeze, Under the Bridge, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I know Soul to Squeeze isn't on that, but it was made in that session. It was actually on the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack, I believe. Speaking of Beavis and Butthead. But when the Chili Peppers reached a peak for me in Blood Sugar Sex Magic, I think that's one of my favorite albums. That with a lot of great albums came around that time. Check Your Head was, for the Beastie Boys, was a similar thing for me. I think Check Your Head is the ultimate culmination of all the Beastie Boys' greatest stuff to lead to that album. So yeah, mosh. We used to literally beat the living piss out of each other. It was amazing. Make mixtapes, have some fun. Yeah, that's the band with Flea. And one of the best bass players of all time. But you know who's not one of the best bass players of all time? Me. I'm not good at it. I'm not a good bass player. No, I'm actually a pretty good one. I can play a song or two on the bass. So I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I've been on for like 3 hours. Thank you, Jackie. See, I'm about to wrap it up, but you always want a good time. You can always call me. That number's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, what Jackie just put in there. You want to use me for a drunk dial line? Use it. And we'll play it more because the Issues program isn't just about recapping stuff. It's about me venting issues. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed. Some of you have been with me this whole 3 hours. I appreciate that. My voice doesn't, but I do. I'm trying to get to a point to... It's funny. my guitar player finished our new song. It's all finished. It sounds fucking great what he did to it. I'm supposed to record vocals, and I have kids shows like every day. Like I said, 3 days a week. I'm going out to scream in front of hundreds of kids and kill my voice. I'm coming out here to podcast by myself for 3.5 hours, for 3 hours and 10 minutes. And I'm like, I have to rest my voice for vocals, but not gonna happen. I have to just build up calluses. Stop being a loser. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me this week. If you haven't already, you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this channel with a friend, say hi to me anytime you want. I'm feeling sad. I need hugs right now. I've had a bad couple of weeks, and not like tragic bad, just annoying, sad bad. So, or disappointing, not annoying. Annoying's a bad word. Sad bad. So if you like this, give this thing a like. Do it. I need it right now. I need the support. No, anyways, I'm drunk. Have a good night. Talk to you guys next time. Peace. Stream and yes. Thank you, Carla. I definitely have to do that. And I also have a fucking nose code. You know how it is. You're like when you actually have to record the vocal, everything falls apart. You're like, oh shit. I need it. And cut out the weed for a couple of weeks, right? For a week or so, I'll be in prime shape. The smoking weed probably doesn't help. Thank you, Coach Carla. Can I...
Dude. Dude.
Give me all the tips. You don't have to stop. I'll take it. Good night, everybody.
Dude.